We got that grant. And a van for his
Masters. So baby Zeke and I sat on the couch and watched some Masters, and we watched Tiger tee off. And guess what Tiger did on that first tee?
Hole in one.
No!
Oh, okay.
He hit the gallery.
Oh, he did? Watch your head.
Yeah, he drilled everybody in the gallery, but he ended up, he managed a par in that first hole. But I think because he went down 3, went down 4, he was up and down. Yeah, he ends up going +1 on the day. Not too bad for Tiger Woods.
No, that's not bad.
He's tied for 31st. But right now we have an updated leaderboard, if you'd like to know.
Let's do this.
From the United States of America, Tony Finau is now 4 under on the day, shot a 68. Jordan Spieth is on the 14th hole. He is 4 under. Henrik Stenson is in second place, 3 under, with Hoffman, Hadwin, Reed, and Hotong are all at 3 under.
But here's the deal. So you're telling me the leaders are at, 4 under par? That's only 5 strokes better than Tiger Woods. So you said Tiger's tied for 31st. When you say it like that, it's like, oh, man, he's struggling.
Yeah.
No, he's only 5 strokes back right now. He was 1 over after 1 round.
5 strokes back, 3 days to go. There's going to be some wet conditions over the next few days. That's really nothing. And we're talking about a guy who's...
Weather can level the playing field.
It sure can. And like Tiger Woods, I think he said after his round, he said, I'm ready. I'm not that far out.
I'm going to predict he's going to make the cut. We're going to see him on Sunday, and he's still going to be close enough to get people excited, to stay within striking range. If he was within 5 strokes of the lead going into Sunday, I'd be fired up. I'm going to turn on the golf tournament. I'm going to turn on Augusta.
Now, do they cut in the Masters? I wasn't too sure do they have a cut line?
They must, right?
Because I don't know if they do, because it's one of those tournaments where anybody can play.
Google that.
It's,
I don't fancy myself a big golf guy.
Golf. From the motherland, golf.
Too busy building those little houses for my cat.
Yeah, I looked into that. I might get one.
Did you really?
Yes, I liked it.
Yeah, we were doing it today. So we're going to be tracking the Masters all day long here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Defending champ Sergio Garcia, +9. Now that's struggling. Not Tiger Woods. Sergio going 9 over on the first round. That is struggling.
Oh, he hit a couple in the drink, and he kept hitting it in the drink. I think he had a 13 on a hole, he said. It was some ridiculous.
Yeah. He blew up on one of the holes.
Oh, man, it was terrible. It was like watching Tin Cup all over again. Except instead of it wasn't, who's the guy in Tin Cup? Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner.
It wasn't Kevin Costner. It was Sergio Garcia.
All right, so we'll be keeping an eye on the Masters. Hey, in just a couple minutes, we're going to shift gears to high school football. Jayden Daniels, the Cajon quarterback, probably he is the biggest recruit in the Inland Empire, and he's going to go to some big-time program. Everybody wants him. He's got offers from all over the place, but he just got back to the IE from Florida, where he visited not only the Florida Gators, but also the Florida State Seminoles. They've both offered. You know, when you go on these recruiting trips, they put you in their uniform. They take pictures of you, all these cool edits you can put on social media. You put the helmet on. They want you to envision yourself as a member of the Noles or a member of the Gators. And that's kind of how they seal the deal. So he was there. He just got back from Florida. So we're going to talk with Jayden Daniels in just a couple of minutes as we talk high school football. NFL, the Rams introduced Brandon Cooks today, the big-time receiver. Jeff, it was not Ndamukong Suh.
No, it was not. And I'll tell you what, looking more and more at this deal that brought them that number one receiver, I think it's a good call. I think it's a lot better than dealing with the headache of Odell Beckham Jr., for sure. I mean, honestly, guy played for two very good coaches. He had some great stretches. Only one of four guys, I said, that caught over 1,000 yards, had 27 touchdowns in his first 3 years of playing. I think he's a steal for the Rams, and he's also in a contract year. So the Rams could do a lot with him, even if he has a great year. If he doesn't have a great year, they get rid of him. They bring somebody else in because you still have those core guys on long-term deals.
Yeah, so coming up on this show, we're going to hear from Brandon Cooks and his press conference, and we'll get into this too because Ndamukong Suh was supposed to have his today. We were going to hear from Ndamukong Suh at the Rams facility, his big press conference. Didn't happen. In fact, it was Brandon Cooks rolling into the facility talking to the media. So we're going to hear from Brandon Cooks and also further elaborate, like, where in the world is Ndamukong Suh? Because he was supposed to be introduced officially today. So we'll talk about that. A lot of Major League Baseball to get to. The Dodgers. What is going on with the Dodgers? Meanwhile, it's all good with the Halos and Shohei Ohtani. We're going to have Angels broadcaster Trent Rush. He's going to join us live at 4:30 p.m. as we'll talk Angels baseball with him. And they're off to a great start. 2 out of 3 against the Indians. Shohei Ohtani doing his thing. They have an off day. So that means Trent Rush has an off day. So he's going to join us live at 4:30. Talk a little Angels baseball as well. And as I mentioned, the Dodgers, what is going on with the Dodgers? They simply cannot score a lot of runs. People in Colton and around the Inland Empire screaming, running up and down the streets, burning their Matt Kemp jerseys. I mean, it's getting ugly.
Showtime Ohtani, baby!
I mean, I think I saw someone even wearing like their best Dodgers shirt when they were noodling down at the lake. Like they're like, this thing's worth nothing. I'm just going to get it all muddy and nasty.
That's the word. Is a lot of people are starting to, they're starting to wear jerseys when they noodle.
Is that the new thing?
That's the new thing.
Because, like, what if you have noodling sponsors? Like in NASCAR, you put them all over your fire suit. You know, you have your sponsor patches. Like, if you're a noodler, do you put them on your cutoff jeans, or where do you put your sponsors?
It's just now becoming mainstream, and noodling is, it's always been a dear, close part of my heart. But now it's getting mainstream because of, the radio. And in California, we're not supposed to talk about it. It's like Fight Club.
Is that what it's like?
It's exactly like Fight Club. First rule of Noodling Club, don't talk about Noodling Club. If you do, we fight you.
No talk about noodling.
Yeah, I got a few phone calls in the middle of the night. I got some, When's the best time to noodle? Do you have to get up like at the crack of dawn and get out there? Yeah, you get up really early. As soon as it's like when if you're a fisherman, which I'm sure you are.
Yeah,
you go up early as soon as the sun comes up, and then they're ready to eat. They're hungry. They've been sleeping all night. I got some discouraging phone calls last night though.
You did?
Yeah, I got
about noodling.
About noodling.
Noodlers?
I got a couple of phone calls and they said, "Hey, is this Jeff?" I said, "Yeah." And it was unlisted on it said unknown caller.
Unknown noodler.
And I said, "Hello," and they said, "Is this Jeff?" I said, "Yeah, it's 3:00 in the morning. Why are you calling me?" and then they said,
"It was Greg. Why are you laughing?" Go ahead, Jeff. Greg's laughing at you.
So they said this. I'm gonna say it. They said, "You son of a bitch! If you talk about noodling again on the radio, we're gonna take care of you. You have beautiful children and a good-looking wife. Just remember that." And then they hung up. And then about 45 minutes later,
it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, and 45 minutes later, I get another phone call.
So they were threatening you. Greg's over here laughing. They're threatening you.
Oh yeah,
all these
mad
noodlers out there.
And then I got a phone call from Texas.
Wait, hold that thought. because I got to ask you about that where the big tournament's at.
Yeah.
But right now, let's go to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. Fresh from Florida. He's one of our favorites here on the Inland Sports Show. We're so happy to have him back on the program. Cajon quarterback Jayden Daniels. Jayden, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Trent?
Man, it's so great to hear from you. Of course, we're living vicariously through your Instagram posts and your Twitter posts because you're all over the place, hanging out with these big-time college football programs. Man, talk about your Florida experience, not only visiting the Gators, but you were also visiting the Florida State Seminoles. What's that like going up and checking out these top-tier college football programs?
I mean, it was a long flight, but I mean, it was worth it seeing something different other than California.
Was it the first time you've been to the East Coast?
Yeah, well, this is the first time I've been to Florida, so I've seen something different.
So when you got to, I think you had the Gators first, followed by the Seminoles. And when you get there, Jayden, they like to put you in the uniform and they take pictures. They want you to envision yourself playing for them. What's that like when you put on that college uniform? What does it feel like?
I mean, we got there and they put us in the uniform, and it was a pretty good feeling. I mean, putting on the same uniform that the college players at the University or the Florida State were put on.
We're talking with Jayden Daniels, the Cajon quarterback, fresh off a trip to Florida, met with the Noles and the Gators. Jayden, just real quickly, list some of the schools that have already offered you scholarships. And I know you're going to leave a bunch of them out because it seems like everybody in the country's offered you. But what are some of the big programs that have already offered you right now?
Florida State, Florida, Alabama, Ohio State, USC, Georgia, Oregon.
Like, Jayden, that's unbelievable. Like, that's like the top 10 in the nation year in and year out for college football. I know you're getting ready for your senior season. Is it getting a little stressful now because you feel like a decision is now coming quicker? I mean, we've been talking about you and talking with you for years, but now you're finally going to be a senior and you will have to make a decision on your college future. Is it a little stressful now at this point?
I mean, yeah, it's getting a little more stressful, but I'm still not not trying to let it get to me. But I mean, at some point, I had a whole bunch of colleges texting me talking about when you go come see us. So yeah, it's getting a little stressful.
We're talking with Jayden Daniels, Cajon quarterback, and Jayden, you mentioned schools like Alabama and those SEC schools, Ohio State. When you choose a school ultimately, Jayden, you don't have to even say the name of the school, but what are you looking for? I mean, do you want to stay close to home? Do you want to go to a team that's going to throw the ball a little bit? Do you want to go to a team that just won a national championship? I mean, what are some of the things that you're looking for?
It's not really – this is what really plays a factor, but I mean, if I could see myself living there, if I didn't have football – could I see myself living there, succeeding there? The relationships I build with the people, and then just can I fit in the system?
We're talking with Jayden Daniels, Cajon quarterback here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. He was also our Mr. Football here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE. So, Jayden, do you have any more trips lined up? What other schools would you like to see?
I know the 21st, I'm going to Oregon, and then the 28th, I'm going to Cal Berkeley.
So some Pac-12 schools to compete with those schools in the South, like Florida and Florida State. Yes, Jeff.
Yes, Jayden, I'm going to make my offer to you just this one time. Here it is. I say you and we team up. I become your agent unofficially right now. You give up your eligibility like the Ball brothers. I'm going to take you overseas. and we're gonna.
Wait, you're gonna be like LeVar Ball, Jeff?
I'm gonna be LeVar Ball to Jayden here. I'm gonna take him to
Jayden's like Mellow Ball.
Yeah, let's think of who plays football. We'll go to Canada. It's not too far. Your mom can visit you if you like. And we bypass all of that mumbo jumbo.
College, just
no college, straight to the pros. We'll get you playing for the Saskatchewan
Rough Riders.
We're just going to play the CFL for a couple of years, you and I. I'll get you all the endorsement deals you like. You just forget about all that stuff. I'll get you your own shoe.
Oh, the Jayden Daniels.
The Jayden Daniels shoe, and we'll make it golden. We'll cover it in gold, and just forget about all this college nonsense. You and I let's take our talents and go to the Great White North up in Canada. How about that? Are you down for that?
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
Nice.
I think it's the gold shoes. I think the gold shoes put it over the top.
Yeah, you just forget about that college stuff, young man. You and I are going to.
Hey, he's going to go to school. He's going to get a great education. He's going to play some big-time college football.
No, hey, stay in your lane, Pep. Stay in your lane, Pep, because I'm taking Jayden, and Jayden and I we're going to leave on the next flight. We're out of here. We're going to
Saskatchewan, right?
Saskatchewan. It's going to be really cold. Do you have a beanie, Jayden? I hope you. Okay, good. We're good. That's all we need.
It's going to be Jayden Daniels versus Johnny Manziel up in the CFL.
Oh, he's way better than Johnny Manziel.
No.
Yeah.
He's going to a big-time college football program.
Going pro.
So, Jayden, when you make your decision, do you want to make it before your senior season at Cajon, or do you want to, maybe let it play out to closer to signing day next? December is the early signing period now. Do you want to make a decision soon, or is there no timetable?
There's really no timetable. I mean, I know sometime in the summer I'm going to nail my list down.
All right, well, I'm hoping you stay closer to home. USC. Jeff, listen, he's not going to Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It doesn't matter where we go.
Edmonton, none of those.
We're going to have our own shoe. We're going to have our own TV show, our own sandwich.
Wait, the Jayden Daniels reality show?
We're going to have our own reality show. It's not going to be on Twitter, though. It's not going to be on Twitter.
Where's it going to be?
We're going to be on the gram.
Instagram.
We're going to be on the gram. Okay. Yeah, and we're going to take our talents. I'm going to get him his own sandwich. And McDonald's, it'll be the Jayden McDaniels. It'll be the triple threat.
What's going to be on it?
It'll have an option. It'll have an option. You can pass a little bit of lettuce and tomato on it, or you can hand it off to a friend. The triple threat, baby.
Well, Jayden, I know you're going to go to some great college. If you change your mind, Jeff's already planned out your entire future, so you're in good hands with his own burger and reality show. And was it the gold shoes?
Yes, golden shoes.
Jayden, we always appreciate the time, brother. Best of luck, and let's stay in touch as you continue to visit all these big-time colleges, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jayden Daniels. Thanks, Jayden.
Thanks, Jayden.
Yeah, Jeff, people know how to handle you, man. You're pretty wild.
Yeah.
But you have it all figured out. Was that all off the top of your head?
Yeah, of course it was.
The writers.
Man, you had it all figured out.
I'm telling you, man. Witty. And I'm telling you.
So if Jayden Daniels goes with you and you take him straight to the pros, it's the golden shoes, his own burger at McDonald's.
Yes, the triple threat.
And a reality show on Instagram.
You know it.
You better like mayonnaise, don't they? Love mayonnaise.
In Canada?
Canada?
Oh, Canada?
No, we won't do that. I'm
in Canada.
If they put mayonnaise on my burger, we're going to Wendy's.
Oh,
hey, we're
going to
take it right over to Wendy's, or we'll just go Arby's. That's just all meat, buddy. All meat.
All meat. Where's the meat?
I'm serious. I think you really should bypass college and go with me to playing the Canadian Football League.
Well, it's an option, right?
It is a great option.
I guess it's an option.
I told you to stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
That's funny.
Oh, this show's off to a great start.
Yes, it is.
Thanks to Jayden Daniels for playing along. Good kid. But seriously, Florida and Florida State, big time. Oregon. I mean, Ohio State, Alabama,
Cal.
I mean, this guy, he can go anywhere.
He could be the next Jared Goff.
Picture this.
Aaron Rodgers.
What if he followed Jeremiah Martin at Texas A&M? I don't know if they've even offered him, but I'm sure they will if they have.
Jimbo better. I'll find out.
Isn't that what Johnny Manziel was Texas A&M quarterback?
He was.
Wasn't Dak?
Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he was a Texas A&M
hate
guy.
Those guys. I don't care where any of those Cowboys are from. They're from straight to hell. I don't give a rat's butt about those guys.
There's Cowboy fans that are very nice, loving people out there.
Not my friends. None of my friends are Cowboy fans. None of them.
None of them?
No. You better unfriend me if you're my friend on Facebook.
But you got a couple of Raider fans, though, right?
Raiders. Yeah, I have a Raider, but they're my bodyguards.
Oh, Mississippi State.
Oh.
Is where Dak Prescott went. Mississippi State, Texas A&M, they look the same. They're basically the same place.
M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, humpback, I. That's how I learned how to spell Mississippi. How about you?
Yeah. Never heard that song.
You've never heard that?
No.
M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked
Have you heard that, Greg?
letter, I, humpback, I.
Is that the Riverside Unified School District education coming through?
No, that's Catholic school right there.
All Catholic school. All
Oh,
right.
yeah. That was pre.
So after you were asking for forgiveness, you're dropping some Mississippi knowledge.
I was getting my hands slapped with rulers on a daily basis.
Jeff, we got a break.
No.
We got to thank our sponsors first. Spoiled quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and the lowest prices. The mint, the flour on the way out. It's in the name, guys. Spoiled quick quality oil change. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. In fact, please correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but Ken Sporting Goods hooking up the Inland Sports All-Star Classic for basketball, right?
They are. They've been a big sponsor for us for the tournament, or for the game, I should say. They got uniforms, all kinds of stuff. It looks good.
Ken Sporting Goods, everybody goes there. Team sales as well. Also, Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Twitter. And check out that strength and speed class. The first one is always free. And they've got different training sessions every night of the week. So make sure you check out their schedule, see what's going on. BoostTrainingSystems.com is the website. And Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Listen, nobody wants that headache of shopping for a new car or a truck or an SUV. Go to Catalano Motors. There is absolutely no pressure. They're going to get you behind the wheel of your new favorite ride. I guarantee it. No pressure. CatalanoCars.com is the website. You will got expectations. Let them meet those expectations. No, let them go above
and beyond.
And beyond those expectations. To infinity and beyond. Buzz Lightyear style. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, we'll talk more baseball. We'll be back.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me, help support me, work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car, whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Jeff, let's send out a very special shout-out to a guy who loves to fly drones. He's got a great beard, and he coaches his butt off on the basketball court.
Yeah, it was nice.
Jim Long.
Yeah, Jim Long. You know, we were sitting there talking. He's the head basketball coach at Valley View. He was at the basketball practice. His daughter's representing Valley View in our All-Star game on Saturday. Had a nice talk with him. He has 6 daughters.
That's a lot of girls.
Man, I mean, what was the talk in that household? Hey, honey, let's have another baby. Let's try for a boy. Okay. Let's try for a boy. Okay. And then you go through 6 times.
Finally, you just say, okay, enough is enough.
Enough. 6 daughters. 3 of them have had full scholarships to play basketball beyond college.
That's great athletic genes.
It's incredible. He's got 3 more coming down the pipeline. Here's another fun fact about Coach Long. Full ride when he was in college, played basketball. His wife played basketball. They have no student loans anywhere. They started off great.
Scholarships all the way around.
All the way around. So, you know, and people can say anything they want. You can really make your kids, whether it be basketball, being a Boy Scout, a Girl Scout, playing an instrument, something. Now, you're smiling over there.
I'm sorry.
There's always a shot to make kids be successful.
I'm sorry. You want to fun? I'm sorry. You're talking about scholarships. I know you look at me, Jeff, and you're like, how did you not get an athletic scholarship? I didn't. I played 1 year of soccer in college. I did get some journalism scholarships to offset some of the costs, so that was kind of good. But my wife, and I hope she's not, she might be, 3:30, she might be listening right now.
No. Hi, Tara.
She said, she's like, I got one of those, what do you call them? She said, one of those brain scholarships.
She got a brain scholarship?
And I was like, you mean academic? She's like, yeah.
Bingo!
Bingo! So the joke is, like, when she says something real smart, I'm like, oh, you got one of those got one of them brain scholarships.
Got a brain one. That's funny. Yeah, my wife she's probably listening. Unbelievable. She won't even tell me the amount that she owes on her loan.
She's still paying?
Well, she's got a loan forgiveness because she's a hard-working teacher, works in a lower-income school, so she's busting her butt, so she gets a little bit of forgiveness, but I think it's more than most people's houses. It's ridiculous.
She has, her master's?
She's three masters.
Dr. Gorham? Or?
She's pretty close. She's got 3 masters. She's got masters.
Three masters?
Yeah,
why do you need 3 masters?
Well, she's like a speech therapist, a reading specialist, and then she's some child, I don't know, some other masters. Yeah, she's like the highest, has the highest education of anybody in the Alvord School District.
Really?
Yeah, and she married me.
Man,
she married a dumb guy.
Got a brain.
She's
a brain scholarship.
One guy, a little bit dumb. I was the one guy who was a little bit dumb, but I married smart.
Married up.
Yeah, I definitely married up.
Hey, speaking of masters, we'll have a masters update from Augusta in our next segment. And actually, we're going to do it throughout the show. Baseball tonight, opening night across the California League. Jeff, I know you're fired up. In fact, I'm going to pop in over there at San Manuel Stadium, the home of the Inland Empire 66ers, affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels. They're opening up tonight against the San Jose Giants. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Mike Lenskog is in I hope he's in Visalia. Does he know he's in Visalia
He
tonight?
didn't know the other day.
Greg's going to find out in about 4 hours, 3.5 hours, if Lenskog's up there, the voice of the Quakes. 6:45 pregame right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. So that's like 3 hours and 10 minutes. We're going to find out. Yes, Mike Lenskog will be up there. Quakes opening their season on the road at Visalia. So California League tonight. In fact, Jeff, circling back to the 66ers, I saw some breaking news on Twitter a moment ago. Andrew Heaney, pitcher for the Angels, will be rehabbing with Inland Empire right out of the gate to start the season.
Wow, so they could start off pretty well.
I believe beginning tomorrow. So if you're going out tonight, I believe he's going to report tomorrow. So
he's part of that Angel rotation. It'd be nice to see him get a couple wins here locally and then make it back up because I'll tell you what, the Angels are streaking 5-2. 5-2. They've won both of their first 2 series.
Look pretty good.
And they're going up to?
They look pretty good.
Oh, they're playing at home.
They're home.
They're home versus the A's, who they already played. It's a little weird. Baseball's always weird that way. Sometimes you'll play the same team, 3 times in a month.
Yeah, and then, interleague play kind of. There used to be something special about, an American League team playing a National League team in the World Series. We've never seen that team before. It's like, man, a Rays versus Padres.
Yeah.
That's commonplace now where you play another division, that season. So, anyways,
I will
we see wacky matchups, and you're right, like teams playing each other back to back. And
I was looking at the baseball schedule today. If they knocked off 30 games of their schedule, they would finish in a perfect time where they would be the storyline of all of sports. Because think of the way they finish right now. They finish October, November.
Yeah.
And everything's going on. Basketball's starting, football's in the
the way
middle
I see
of things.
They could have 1 series a week, like a 3 or 4 game series a week. But right now they pile in 2. They'll squeeze in 2 series.
So, just think if you finished up in August or September, they would be the talk of the town.
Yeah.
I know that it's a money situation and you want to get those 162
But they
games.
go into football season.
It's football and basketball right in the heat when they're finishing up. And I think they kind of get shortchanged a little bit.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
And it wasn't always the case because basketball added so many games to their schedule. Football's changed their schedule over the last 20 years to be more. So football wants to be year-round. Baseball is kind of a limited situation, and it's always, the dog days of summer. Maybe finish a little earlier, and I know they don't want to listen to me because I'm just a ding-dong. But I think it makes sense. I think if you finish earlier, you get the bigger story. You don't play as many games, though.
You do, because by the end of October, we're real juicy into the NFL season.
Very much so.
NBA's underway. College basketball is getting ready to tip off.
Yeah, you figure.
I mean, there's all this stuff going on.
The NBA now starts the third week of October, so you're battling the NBA, which is really, if you talk about the big three or the big four, the NBA is really second among among fans. Baseball kind of gets lost in the mix, and I think you need to really get your fan base during the playoffs, during the World Series. Why not be in the middle of summer?
Well, some of those World Series games, again, I'm a traditionalist. I like the baseball season as it is. I'm okay with if they sneak into November and it's cold and they got turtlenecks on. And I'm okay with all that. But yeah, if they could end the season, because NFL kicks off is the first week of September.
Yeah,
it's always like the first.
Yeah.
If they could, like, the end of August, play their World Series, like, it would probably be a bigger deal. Like, Greg's like, no. Again, I like turtlenecks, long sleeves. I'm okay with all that. That sneaks into November. That's totally okay. But, yeah, if just from a media standpoint, the most bang for your buck, if you want to make headlines and be the big deal in town, yeah, you got to do it before the NFL season kicks off.
And I kind of think that baseball hasn't died in America, but it's taken a step back. I remember when you and I were kids, baseball was, everybody played Little League baseball. Everybody in every
the Panini sticker book.
Exactly.
Baseball was my life.
It was mine too. Yeah. But you talk to kids now, and I have an 11-year-old, a 12-year-old. Baseball's not talked about like it used to be. And I think that the Sandlot games have disappeared, and I think the fan base somewhat has disappeared unless you're a purist. A lot of older people are going to baseball games, but you don't see that younger diehard fan that used to keep score with your games. They're all playing video games.
Yeah, you might be right, Greg.
But
skateboarding.
Yeah. I remember going to Angel games and keeping score, and that's how I learned about baseball, was keeping score with my dad and mom.
You know what I would do when we go on long family trips in the back of the car? I would just grab a random handful of baseball cards.
Exactly.
And I would take the baseball cards and I would make my own lineup. So do I have a second baseman in here? Yep. Okay, where would I put him in the lineup? He's going to hit second. Okay, here's my center fielder. He's going to lead off. That guy's got to be a designated hitter. He's going to hit cleanup. I would take just random names, random guys, and try to make my own team. Where would I play them like a manager? That's how. That doesn't happen anymore, I don't think.
No, and I remember being in the playground as a kid, and we were talking. We knew every batter's stance in Major League Baseball. So you can walk up to your buddy and you go, "Hey, who am I today?" And I would go left-handed, and I would go low.
Oh wait, hold on. While you're talking, I'm going to do one over here.
Oh wait, I do know that one. Wait, hold on.
Gary Sheffield, right?
Yeah, great.
Hey,
Gary Sheffield.
But I remember as a kid, I would come. I'd do my Don Baylor. I'd stand up straight, and then I would do my Rod Crew, my left-handed lower swing, and everybody knew it. Every kid knew every swing of every major league star.
We used to do that in school,
all the time,
to pass the time. Who am I? And you
do it all the time. Yeah. But now you do it. I do it with my kid all the time, and he has no clue.
Yeah,
not a clue. And if I say keep score at this game, and I coach softball, at the high school level, I would have him sit there and try to keep score. He had no idea. But I knew probably at 8 or 9 years old how to keep score on a real scorebook. I knew how a backwards K, a forward K. Yeah. No one knows these things anymore.
No,
the lost art of
video
baseball.
game. I think Greg's onto something. Video games, iPods, iPhones.
Yeah, it makes me sad. I remember
all
playing
that stuff.
I remember playing
contributing.
I remember playing for the Bankers in the Magnolia Center.
The Bankers.
The Bankers was our team.
Why would you be the Bankers?
That was a Bankers. That was our team name. Hey, a lot of guys play for the Bankers. A lot of coaches locally, guys. And then I think Justin Solis, Madrill, they all played for the Bankers at one time.
Madrill's a banker?
He was a banker. Steve Madrill was a good baseball player.
He was great.
He was a first-team All-League with Solis. They were both buddies growing up. But I remember Little League was a big deal. I played Catholic Little League. I played City Little League, and it was huge. Now it's kind of a lost form. I think shutting down the season, shortening it a little bit, and I think video games has really kind of hurt baseball. It hasn't hurt basketball.
I told you I played for the Chuck E. Cheese Tigers.
Yes.
Do we have that story?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on the air, but I remember we were talking about that.
It wasn't on the air. But tell us about your uniform.
Well, we got to take a break.
Oh, okay.
But it was an ugly uniform. It wasn't a real uniform. We were the laughing stock of the entire league because we had all the Chuck E. Cheese characters on our shirts.
Chuck E. Cheese, he's a rat. He's not even a mouse. He's a rat.
He's a big rat. Again, Quakes on the road at Visalia. You can listen to him pregame 6:45 right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. 66ers at home against San Jose. Oh, and Cal Baptist They're back home tonight at Topman Stadium. Cal Baptist taking on Biola. 4-game series starting tonight. First pitch, 6 o'clock out there at CBU. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, let's talk some Rams football. Brandon Cooks, star receiver, introduced by the team today. We're going to hear from Brandon Cooks when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Mr. Madison, what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling,
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Well, I got friends in real low places.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, whoa. Who are you talking about when you say that? You talking about me?
I'm looking at you.
Oh,
I'm not looking at Greg. Come on. I remember going on a family trip to Mexico.
You did?
Visiting family down there, and I was, thank you, Greg. And I was bored out of my mind. And I remember I had this. This was like my first introduction to country music, Garth Brooks. And I remember going back into one of the bedrooms, and I had the tape. Remember a tape, like an actual cassette tape?
Of course.
And I was listening to, like sitting in a room listening to Garth Brooks in Mexico, trying to reconnect with both sides of my roots, you know? It all came together. You know, my rural, dairy farmer out in the country and my Mexican side, going south of the border with my dad's family, Garth Brooks in Mexico, all coming together. That's who I am right here. That's what you're looking at right now.
Is Garth Brooks or just you in general? This is you.
This is me. Garth Brooks wasn't my favorite, but it was like Friends in Low Places, like obviously one of the greatest songs of all time. I think we can all agree on that. But that was my introduction to country.
It's in my top 50, maybe 100.
Top 50?
Oh, yeah. Do you have a top 2 or 3 favorite songs of all time?
I
do. I have 2.
I really like that song Pickup Man that we played here, Joe Diffie. And you're like, who's Joe Diffie?
Yeah, I've never heard that song.
No, but see, I'm not a music guy. Like, none of them really, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, man, that's my favorite. Like, when that song, remember that episode of Seinfeld when your song comes on? Hey, you got to shut up. Like, quit talking. Hey. This is my song.
Desperado!
Desperado! This is my song. Be quiet. I need to soak it in. No, I don't have that song. Do you? What's your top 2 or 3?
Billie Jean is my
number one. I know Billie Jean's number 1.
Number 1, but then you're going to...
There it is.
There it is. Billie Jean's number 1, and you're going to laugh at this next one.
Oh, I probably will.
Every time I hear it, it just makes me go, I love it. Africa by Toto.
I felt the rains.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there is nothing, those 2 songs, and then I like Men at Work. I like Steve Miller. I like Lionel Richie. There's the one Lionel Richie song, gosh, I can't even think of the name of it. Greg and I were singing it one day. Remember that song we came in? We were singing a Lionel Richie song, and it was like, oh, it's just one of those songs that is the best. Why are you giggling there, Greg? Yeah, those are my 2. Africa, I love it. Just love it. Toto.
You felt the rains.
I felt the rains down in Africa.
Well, the Rams had a big day. They were supposed to introduce Ndamukong Suh today.
We have a Masters update first.
We do? Do you want to go ahead?
Okay, here we go.
A tradition unlike any other, the Inland Sports Show.
Jordan Spieth has just gone nutso on the last 3 holes.
Is that like a golf jargon term, nutso?
He's gone nutso.
Okay.
He went from 4 under to 7 under.
Oh!
He is 7 under on the day, and he's got 2 holes to go.
And what did we say yesterday on the show? Because remember the favorites came out?
Yes.
And Jordan Spieth was the overall favorite to win the Masters. And look at this. Look at this.
Now 8 separate he and Tiger Woods going into those 3 days.
Masters updates throughout the Inland Sports Show. Only one place. But we are talking Rams. And Ndamukong Suh was supposed to be introduced today, but he wasn't. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. I get all the emails from the Rams, and they said today was the big day. I can't find it anywhere. There's no Ndamukong Suh, but from out of nowhere, it's Brandon Cooks, the receiver. He was officially introduced to the media today. Brandon Cooks, 24 touchdown catches since 2015. He's been a great receiver for the Saints and the Patriots. And think of this, Jeff. So he goes from Drew Brees to Tom Brady. Now he gets Jared Goff, who's an up-and-comer. Had some pretty good quarterbacks getting him the football. So now Brandon Cooks, the newest member of the Rams, although it was Ndamukong Suh's day. So that's kind of strange. I don't know what the hang-up is. Maybe he is fishing for barracuda off the coast of Cuba. I have no idea what he might be doing right now. But the Rams said he was going to be introduced today. It wasn't Suh. It was Brandon Cooks. So let's hear from Brandon Cooks of the Los Angeles Rams being introduced to the media today. And just loving Los Angeles. Here's Brandon Cooks.
As far as being surprised, it's part of the game. And I'm extremely blessed for this opportunity to be as part of a special organization that's from a distance, been on the rise. Before I got here, I seen a young, hungry group of guys that is just out there going and playing for each other and just doing their best they can for each other to win games. So that's what I saw from a distance.
Brandon Cooks of the L.A. Rams. I think he's going to make a big impact. He's played on some really good teams, Jeff. He's got 24 touchdowns in 3 seasons. He kind of quietly having a pretty good career, a young guy still, but having a good career so far. Now he goes to the Rams, and between he and Cooper Kupp, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch for Jared Goff, not to mention Todd Gurley coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, that's really – Gurley's a great receiver. I mean, he had the numbers, I think, that were – I think no one's had a better season than he had other than Herschel Walker. So that tells you receiving, rushing, the guy is a stud. He's one of those receivers, and they've got great tight ends as well. So the Rams are in good shape. They've got that deep threat to spread that defense so that those guys, Kupps, can get receptions. The Rams are going to be pretty dynamite, and I think they've done a very good job with this signing.
All right, here's Brandon Cooks one more time talking about all the great quarterbacks he's played for. Again, Brady, Breeze, and now the great Jared Goff. Here's Brandon Cooks.
I've been fortunate to play with 2 great quarterbacks. Wouldn't trade it for the world, those opportunities coming in as a young guy, playing with Drew and Tom, the guys that taught me the game as a young athlete, and then now being able to be with a guy like Jared. I'm extremely excited about the opportunity to be able to grow with a young guy. I'm young myself. To be able to start that rapport this offseason, I think is going to be extremely huge, and I look forward to it. I look forward to getting work right away. Absolutely.
Brandon Cooks going Drew and Tom. I said Brady and Breeze. He goes Drew and Tom.
Hey, he's got the same agent as Goff, Jack Skellington.
Maybe he hooked that up. Said, hey, you know what, Brandon Cooks? Jared Goff is going to be a big-time quarterback for a long time. He's going to make your stats look real good. Probably get another payday down the road if you can put up some big numbers. And same thing for Jared Goff. He needs receivers to help him make him look good. He's doing a good job on his own, but it always helps when you have big-time receivers on the outside that's going to, the yak, Jeff, the yards after the catch. Sometimes when you're a quarterback, you need your receivers to, quote-unquote, get open. Maybe the route breaks and it's a broken play and the guy has to make a play.
Deep threat right there.
Yeah, so Brandon Cooks, Cooper Kupp, Todd Gurley, not to mention the defensive side of the football, which is going to be unreal, especially with the gruesome twosome of Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh. Do you know how to spell Ndamukong?
No. Yeah, I do. Yeah, of course I do.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, smart guy. You got one of them brain scholarships. Go ahead, Jeff.
Ndamukong.
Ndamukong.
S-U-H.
I was gonna say, yeah. Don't stub your toe on Sue. You got the Ndamukong part right.
Oh man, I had to squeeze it out of my brain.
You had to squeeze it out of your brain. You did it though. You did it, and we're all better for it. We appreciate it. Woo! When we come back on the Inland Sports Show, another Masters update. Jordan Spieth is getting hot at Augusta. Plus the latest from the NBA. The Clippers closing in strong here on the season. I feel it. They're going to the playoffs. I think they can do it. And a big-time NBA All-Star will not be with his team to make a championship run.
Lonzo Ball? Bill Russell?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
This guy he's actually good, and he's currently playing still. So that eliminates Bill Russell and Lonzo Ball because he's good and still playing.
Gortat!
Is he with the Washington Wizards?
I don't know.
No, it's not him. We'll tell you when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Kin Sporting Goods. Boost performance training with Coach Ray Bass. And Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. We are the show of record of the Masters here in the Inland Empire. Jordan Spieth getting hot right now at Augusta. What, 7 under, right?
He is not 7 under any longer. He is now 6 under, and he finished
he lost
18. I love hearing Tony with a little heavy D. I just heard it. I made my day. I feel like dancing.
Great games to please. We go from Garth Brooks
to heavy
to that.
D and Tony.
To that.
I feel good. Yeah. All right. I'm feeling good.
A couple notable scores, of course. Tiger Woods fans out there, he's +1. So if Spieth is 6 under and Tiger's 1 over, he's 7 strokes off the lead.
7 strokes.
Not too bad.
Now he's got 3 days.
But I'd love to see Tiger close that gap a little bit come day 2. That's what I'd like to see. I don't want to see him fall farther back because I want to see him around on Sunday with a chance to win it. Ricky Fowler, the pride of Murrieta Valley High School, he is 2 under par. So only 4 strokes back of Jordan Spieth right now for the lead. And Brendan Steele, our Hemet High School and UC Riverside guy, Brendan Steele, 4 over par right now. So tough start for Brendan Steele at the Masters. Tradition unlike any other. Also, NBA news today, Jeff.
NBA?
Remember when I said there was a big-time player that's not going to be helping his team get to the championship? Hold on, your first guess was Lonzo Ball, and then it was Bill Russell. And I said, no, this guy is, not only is he good, but he's still playing. So Lonzo Ball's out and Bill Russell's out.
Martin Gortat.
Martin Gortat, no. Oh, he might be hurt. I don't know. No, it's not him, though. No, it's not him. It's not Gortat.
Lopez, the Lopez brother, the other one, the guy with the fuzzy head.
Are either of them making the playoffs?
I don't even know where the other fuzzy head is.
Is the other one in Brooklyn?
The other one looks like Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah, I don't like
It's a bad look.
I hope, you know what? It's the karma got him. It's the karma of being a jerk to my son. That the
hashtag no love for Lopez.
That the Lopez boys are not going to the playoffs.
No, it's Kyrie Irving.
What?
Of the Boston Celtics. He's going to have surgery on Saturday. He was trying to. He's going to have surgery on Saturday. So think about the Celtics already don't have Gordon Hayward, who had that nasty injury. It was opening night, wasn't it?
Yes.
Gordon Hayward's out. Kyrie Irving's now out. He's not coming back at all this season. It says like 4 or 5 months of rehab. So this guy's done. So the Boston Celtics, who a lot of people were looking at as maybe the team to beat in the Eastern Conference, no longer. I mean, that kind of opens up the door for Cleveland a little bit more and LeBron James to get back to the finals once again. Who's going to get in between them and the finals? Maybe Toronto?
No, you know, let's think about it. The Boston Celtics have had a good year considering all of their issues.
Yes. Brad Stevens is a great coach. I remember he was at Butler.
He was.
He was outstanding.
Yeah, but it is depressing because the East is so weak. You know, LeBron
it's
James,
watered down.
We talk about LeBron James leaving Cleveland. We say, hey, come out west, be a Laker. Hey, that sounds great in theory. But the thing is,
so tough.
Why would he leave if he's going to be in the finals every year in that Eastern Conference, which is just so bad?
The Western Conference was a bad choice. I mean, he doesn't want to do it.
Toronto's good this year.
Toronto's good.
Toronto's good. They have guards, but they don't have anybody to match up well with
See,
LeBron
that's the thing.
or Kevin Love.
I think if Boston was at full strength, they'd be the favorite, right, in the East.
You would think, yes,
but
very much so.
Gordon Hayward out, Kyrie Irving now out, I don't see how anyone stops LeBron James from getting back to the finals.
Yeah, in fact, I'm just read over. Kyrie Irving has an infection. He had some screws that were put into his knee.
You're right. Yeah,
there
exactly.
is an infection that is in his knee, and that's why they're going in and cleaning up. And they say it takes 4 months to heal the infection.
Yeah.
So what a terrible, terrible injury. What's going on in Boston? You had IT last year, had that infection in his hip.
Yeah.
And now you got this infection in the knee of Kyrie Irving. It's probably because it's a horrible place to be in Boston.
Are you saying it's dysentery?
It's
running
terrible.
wild in the Celtics facility?
I played in the old Boston Garden.
You did?
I did. I played in the Boston Shootout.
Was that before or after Coach K was in your living room?
This was before.
Before, okay.
This was when I was in high school.
Okay.
I went with a California team. You guys all laughed. I went with a California team, and we played in the old Boston Garden. And it was called the Boston Shootout. It's a big tournament that they do every year. It was invite only. I remember being in the bowels of the Boston Garden. In the locker room, it was literally like rat infested. It was dirty. It was smelly. It was worse than any high school locker room I'd ever been in. And every time I think of Boston, I think of that vision of being in the Boston Garden. I've been in the new...
But it was legendary.
Yeah, but it was dirty and smelly and dank. It was dank. I remember putting my clothes in a bag, and I was thinking, I don't want to put this bag anywhere. I put my bag on a chair. The chair was dirty and rusty. And I remember just thinking, why do people enjoy playing in this place? I remember dribbling on the floor. The floor, there was dead spots everywhere.
The parquet?
The parquet floor was rotten. There was dead spots. There was holes in the parquet floor that you could put like quarters in, like $1 in quarters, that there was spacing in between the parquet floor. It was just a miserable place to play.
The Celtics finally got a new arena, but there were people that's still sad to see it go away. It's a legendary venue.
I'm glad they blew that sucker up. I think it's still there, actually, next to the new arena. I think it's right next to it.
But they saved the actual parquet floor, right? Does that floor exist somewhere?
I'm sure parts of it do in museums or players probably have a piece of it. But they do have the parquet floor now, but it's a different floor.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you right now, of playing basketball, there's only been a couple places that I look at and I go, it was a horrible place to play. It was not fun. Boston being one, the other one was Sacramento.
No.
Yeah.
You're just being mean.
No, the Sacramento floor, my knees swelled up.
At Arco Arena?
Arco Arena, my knees swelled up more so than any floor.
Probably the two greatest arenas of all time, Boston Garden and Arco Arena.
No.
Yeah, the two best, like the two greatest.
We drove by. You and I were on the bus, drove by the Arco Arena, and I was
mesmerized.
I didn't even want to look at it. I was so mad because I remember how bad my knees hurt.
I was getting goosebumps. I was looking at my arm. I was getting goosebumps all over just seeing it from the bus.
Oh yeah, I just remember the pain I felt after playing on that floor. I was thinking it was the hardest floor ever, and that's probably why no one's ever done well there, because it was a horrible floor. Horrible.
It's the same floor where Shaq was checking out my wife.
Hey, can't blame you. Your wife's pretty cute.
Shaq. All right, so Kyrie Irving's out for Boston. That's really going to hurt their chances. LeBron James, go ahead, pencil it in. He's probably going to be in the NBA Finals again with Cleveland, although Cleveland's a pretty mediocre team. But again, it's the East, right? So who's going to stop them?
And anything can happen in a 7-game series.
Out West, I'm still believing for the Clippers. I think they've got a shot tonight at the Jazz on the road, Salt Lake City. That's not an easy place to play, but the big games really that you want to circle on the calendar come up Saturday and Monday as the Clippers are back home against the Nuggets and also against the Pelicans. Two huge games. Those are the teams they're going to go head-to-head with that are directly in front of them right now in the Western Conference standings. So it's too bad that they put themselves in this position where it's like, must win, do or die. But at least if you're glass half full, the Clippers are gonna play teams that they need to leapfrog anyway. So you have a chance to go head to head with the Pelicans and the Nuggets. I guess that's the good news, right? If you're a Clippers fan.
Yeah, and Minnesota's right there with New Orleans. Nolans,
Jeff, come on.
Both 44 and 34, 19 games back and first. They're in that tied for that 8th spot.
And the Lakers, well, they're not making the playoffs, but
no, they're just that much.
They're right there. They're right behind the Clippers. Right there, right on their shoulder.
But if you're the Lakers, you got to finish out your year.
And it was a big win last night. They're doing well.
They're doing well, and you got to understand they're without Ingram, they're without Lonzo. They're not going to have Caldwell Pope next year. They're probably not going to have the big lefty Randall. They're probably not going to have Lopez.
Hopefully no dang
contract. There's going to be a lot that's going to change with these Lakers, but you'd like to see these young guys. You'd like to see them do very well as they close out their season.
122-112, big win against the San Antonio Spurs in overtime last night. No, we did not see Kawhi Leonard.
That was a sweep. It was a season sweep versus the Spurs in over 20 years,
which is just bizarre. Of all the great Laker teams that they've had, right? But the Lakers were really good when the Spurs were really good. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the Tim Duncan teams, the big three with Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. That was the same era as the Shaq and the Kobe team. So they were two like heavyweights, two juggernauts going head to head during all those years. But finally, the Lakers, who are obviously subpar this year from what the Lakers standards are, this year beating the Spurs.
Kind of like Golden State and Houston, man, right?
Kind of like Golden State and Houston was the Lakers and the Spurs.
Yeah.
If Houston can sustain it, hopefully they will. I think they will.
But they're going to have some changes. They have to do it this year because their big guy is going to be a free agent. Capella is a free agent.
The big man?
That's a big part of your offense and
could be
your
LeBron
defense.
James. Could be Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. I don't think so, but it could be.
And last night during the Lakers game, so every night, crawl into bed, I brush my teeth first. Then I crawl into bed, and I say my little prayers. I give my wife a kiss on the forehead, and I jump on Twitter, see what's trending. And it said, thank you. And it said the Lakers were trending because of a TV commercial. Did you see this, Jeff?
No.
Like, what in the world? Why are the Lakers trending right now because of a TV commercial? So if you didn't hear about this,
I didn't.
And if you didn't watch the game, here's the deal. Because remember, I told you the Lakers won in overtime against San Antonio last night. It was tied at 108. Lakers had the basketball. Josh Hart had the basketball in his hand.
Great player. Good player out of Villanova.
Good young player, right?
Great player out of Villanova.
Driving to the rack as he puts the shot up to win it in regulation. The TV goes to a commercial.
No.
Yes. It went to a commercial. And when they come back, the announcer's like, we're going to overtime. Spurs and Lakers. So he didn't make it. So I guess you didn't miss anything. But people were going bananas on social media like, what are you doing? Who's back there running Master Control? Who punched up the commercial?
Master Control. I love that.
Okay, as somebody that controls commercials here, sometimes it mishaps. Sometimes
Was that you, Greg?
It wasn't me. But I'm
Were
just
you
saying,
on that, Greg? Yeah, Greg. Were you doing the Lakers?
I ain't saying, but I'm just... All I can say is probably somebody accidentally hit the button and they Homer Simpsoned it and let it go.
No, I told my wife it was probably the same guy who was in Hawaii, and he said, "Hey, well, Hawaii's gonna be bombed right now."
Yeah.
Remember he sent that out accidentally.
Right. Yeah.
Got a little trigger happy and sent that message out there. Yes, the most critical point of regulation, tied at 108. Josh Hart with a chance to win it. And like literally, he drives the lane, he puts up the shot. And it goes to a commercial for a couple seconds, and then it comes back, and they're like, hey, we're going to overtime.
Oh.
And people were going nuts. You know what I mean? Because everyone's got a voice on social media. And no one was happy about it.
And literally, the Lakers are the biggest thing in Southern California.
Well, we even said this. Even when the Clippers are really good, like when they had those great teams.
Stepchildren. And
the Lakers were awful, like the worst team in franchise history, people were still talking more about the Lakers than the Clippers.
Redheaded stepchildren.
It is what it is. I mean, even the Lakers are awful. People are still talking about how awful they are, not how great the Clippers are.
And it's to the same extent with the Dodgers, the Doyers for the most part. But we
talked about Dodgers, Raiders, Lakers, and the Rams.
And the Angels.
No, that's the other side. Oh. On the other side, you got the Ducks, the Clippers, the Chargers, and the Halos.
Don't lump the Clippers in with my Halos.
Yeah, I think so. It is, right, Greg? It is.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know anything about hockey. I couldn't tell you anything about hockey other than they check guys into the boards. I checked you into the boards.
Fights.
Do you remember that?
When'd you check me?
Remember I checked you into the boards when we were at the pond at the Honda Center. Remember we were walking and
you did.
I checked him into the boards. I gave you a good body check. A good body check.
I owe you one.
It was great. Yeah, I did. I really did.
So the Lakers last night kind of started innocently because people on Twitter were like, was that my TV? Like, did anyone else see that? Like, did anyone else see that commercial pop up? And then once everyone realized that, no, it wasn't just their TV. It was everybody. Of course, it got real vicious.
Oh, I can imagine people probably wanted their refunds.
So again, as I'm laying there, and I'm like, why in the world are the Lakers and a TV commercial trending? So if you saw that too, that's exactly what happened last night during the Lakers-Spurs game, which the Lakers won in overtime.
Have you noticed that they've had Luol Deng suiting up?
No, I haven't noticed.
He's been sitting on the bench. I mean, the guy
like he's going to play?
Well, he didn't play last night because they said he had a sprained ankle, but he's been on the bench.
He's always got a sprained ankle.
Yeah, and then, of course, Brandon Ingram, he's on that concussion protocol. Somebody flicked him in his head, and he's a skinny guy. But I'll tell you, we talked about Hart. Hart is a really, really good player, and he's one of those guys, I think, that will help the Lakers down the line because, heck, He's a true basketball player. Came out of the Villanova school, and those guys know how to play basketball.
Yeah, the Nova guys are good. You know what? But if the Lakers were going to make a trade for Kawhi Leonard, who's still under another year of his contract with San Antonio, you got to give up something to get something. I don't think there's anybody on the Lakers roster that's untouchable if you have a chance to get Kawhi Leonard, right?
Yeah,
there's nobody.
I thought about this Kawhi Leonard deal a lot the last 24 hours. I did. And, I was thinking, he's going to come out to L.A. He's going to come out to L.A. He's lost his shoe contract. I don't know if he knows. He's lost that.
Because remember, he was trying to get more money from the Jordan brand. Which I can't fault him on that because it sounds like across the league he was not getting as much as some other guys. So, you know, if there's more money to be made, but yeah, you're right. He's losing the Jordan brand as of right now.
He's lost the Jordan brand. He's about to get offered $229 million come, I think, June 11th, I think it is, at midnight.
For big ballers.
Yeah, not from the big ballers. But, I'm telling you, the general manager is going to slide that contract right to him, and it's going to say $229 million. He can't get that anywhere else in the league, anywhere close, because they can offer him the most money. The biggest thing I was thinking is he's not a very big endorsement guy. He doesn't do commercials. He doesn't talk.
Does he have any endorsements outside of a shoe contract?
I don't know of any that I can think of offhand.
Google that, yeah, because he doesn't like to be out there.
But if you were offered $229 million and you're not going to be that spokesman, you're not going to go out and sell cheeseburgers at Burger King. I think he stays and takes that money. I think he might end up staying and be a San Antonio Spur for the rest of his career. Because is he really going to go out and make up that money in Los Angeles, Philadelphia, New York? Is he that guy that's going to be Mr. Spokesman? I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm going to Google it. When we come back, I'll tell you if he has endorsements. Something about a driving range. I don't know.
But at $229 million compared to, he's probably going to lose another $40. He would lose $40 million if he signs anywhere else other than San Antonio. $40 million can pay for your children and their children and their children's children. It's a really, really weird dynamic because he doesn't speak very much. He's not the spokesman. He's not Mr. Madison Avenue.
No.
He's quiet.
And that's his style. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just who he is. All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We're going to talk Angels baseball. They're red hot right now at the Big A. We'll have Trent Rush, Angels broadcaster, join us next. We'll talk Shohei Ohtani on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Business panels and candid conversations with Bad Bunny, Ozuna, Maluma.
every Sunday. There she is. Rose City. Oily. Oily. I can't take this no more.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. In just a matter of moments, the hardest working guy in Orange County outside of all those investment bankers and probably
hedge fund guys
and
Kobe Bryant,
real estate moguls.
Kobe Bryant, Newport Beach.
Rush.
Yeah, Trent Rush. He's a busy man.
In fact, that's him right now.
Is he?
That's going to be my first question. You ready?
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's go to the spoiled, quick quality oil change celebrity hotline. Angels broadcaster and a dear, dear friend of the show, Trent Rush. Trent, is this like a rare off day all season long for you? Do you ever take time off?
There's never a day off. Come on now. No, I tell you what, though. It is nice to have a little midweek break, not have to worry about going to the yard tonight. That does help. Sure.
Now, you're all over the place. When the Angels play, you're there. When they're not playing, you're on the radio talking about the Angels. You're just all over the place. How cool is it, though, that the Angels have gotten off to a strong start this season? It makes going to the games and talking about the Halos a little more enjoyable, I'd assume.
No doubt, and it makes it so much fun, too. And what Shohei Ohtani has done, and his first appearance, he gets his first base hit. His first day on the mound, he gets his first win. His first game batting at the Big A, he hits his first home run, and then he hits a game-tying home run yesterday. It's been unreal what Ohtani has done. It's been just an absolute blast.
You know, I was thinking about it. There was Fernando Mania for the Dodgers when he came up, and people were really excited about Fernando Valenzuela. I'm trying to think if there's been buzz around a guy that kind of came, I don't want to say from out of nowhere, but he came from Japan, and we're still getting to know Shohei Ohtani a little bit. Who, Jeff?
Yeah, you have Ichiro is really big in Seattle because remember the Seattle Mariners were owned by the guys that owned Nintendo.
That's true.
And a very big Japanese population in Seattle. But yeah, this is great. Showtime. What are they calling it? Showtime Ohtani?
Yeah, what's his nickname,
Showtime,
Trent?
baby. It's showtime all the time. Matinee, afternoon, evening, late night. It's all the time. It's showtime.
And Trent, you've interviewed him, so obviously it's through a translator, right? How does that work out?
It is. Now, Shohei can speak some English. Now, I don't think he's comfortable speaking it on the radio or on television, but he can have, some communication with his teammates. I'm sure there will be a day in Ohtani's career where he can speak English at that level. He's a super bright guy. But it was through a translator. It's a little different doing it that way, and it's not like Spanish. Like, I know some Spanish, and I talk to some, players born in Latin American countries, and you can kind of speak a little bit and kind of know what they're talking about. When it comes to Japanese, I got no clue whatsoever, so you really do rely on that translator.
Hey, Trent, I've interviewed a famous Japanese athlete as well. I'm going to give you a second. Who do you think, a famous athlete from Japan that I've interviewed, who also through a translator because he wasn't real strong in English, but I interviewed a famous Japanese athlete as well, just like you. Like you and I are the same guy interviewing these big-time Japanese athletes. Who do you think I interviewed from Japan?
Well, the sport is going to give it away, I take it.
Competitive eating.
Oh!
The great Kobayashi, yeah. So, I mean, you and I basically doing the same thing.
That is awesome. He's as much of an icon in that sport as Ohtani is in baseball, I tell you what.
Well, I like to think so, but yeah. So it's always interesting when you're working through a translator interviewing a big time star. But yeah, the Shohei Ohtani experience that we're enjoying here in Southern California, specifically here in the Inland Empire, because there's tons of Angels fans out here. Again, we looked at the small sample size, Trent, of spring training, and maybe it wasn't a great spring training for Shohei Ohtani, but I don't think it was really representative of what he was potentially able to do in a regular season game. Now that we see him in real big league games, the guy is not only fine, he's great.
You're exactly right. Now, at the end of the day, he's hitting 3 games. So how much can we really read into that? We probably should pump the brakes just a little bit. But I remember talking to you guys at the very beginning of spring training about seeing him in a cage and hitting the ball to all fields and squaring it up and seeing the ball take off over center field. And that still sticks in my mind about what Ohtani could be as a hitter. Cactus League games then come around, and he's really struggling with inside heat, especially the inside breaking balls as well. Those are really a problem for him. Even he had a strikeout 2 days ago where he jumped out of the way on a pitch on the black on the inner half. So that's still an area that he's got to be able to work through. But if any pitcher misses their spot, like Corey Kluber did, a Cy Young Award winner from last year, Ohtani's going to make you pay. He's still got to be able to have a bigger presence on the inner half of the plate. But still, we're seeing great things. Spring training numbers, they're whatever. You can't worry about that. And clearly, Ohtani's proving that to everybody right now.
Well, Trent, the Angels are 5-2, and they've won their last 2 series. But this last series, there was something special. The Angels had lost 13 straight to the Indians, and then Shohei hits that home run. We saw something, it was really kind of classy. They gave him the silent treatment, and then they all mugged him. It seems like the team really likes each other, and it really helps when you're winning series against a very, very good Cleveland Indians team. Have you noticed a big difference this year?
It's a good group. It's a good group last year, too. I like this club, and I like the leadership starts with Albert Pujols and Mike Trout. And really, Trouty spends a lot of time with Ohtani, and they're tight, and he's kind of is taking on that mentor role in many ways. It was kind of funny, guys. There were some members of the Japanese media not understanding the culture of when you hit your first home run, that everyone kind of plays it off. They thought some of the Angel players were bullying him. That was honestly a story out there. Yeah, they did. And then they do the body armor bats afterwards, or they dump the cooler on them. So, yeah, they had no clue about that. So they thought the Angels were being mean, but once they learned that it was actually a form of endearment, everybody was okay about it. This clubhouse really does love Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, Trent, Jeff and I were talking about that because you can tell he's already one of the guys, because if he wasn't, they wouldn't have done that. That's how you know he's already fitting in, and he's part of that clubhouse.
No doubt. He fits right in. The guys really like him. It's like I said, it's a really good group. And, hopefully Shohei Ohtani's here for a long time and can continue to flourish. His translator, Ipe, on opening day when they did the introductions for the home opener, he might have gotten a louder applause than Shohei. He's a really fun guy, too, and it's just a really good group. And it's a lot of fun to be around those guys, no doubt.
We're talking with Trent Rush, Angels broadcaster from KLAA. Trent, how does Mike Scioscia handle this in terms of letting him DH, and then he's also starting on the mound? Does he have a day or two before each start where they're going to shut him down and let him rest his body? I mean, is there a plan drawn out where they know this is how they're going to handle it, or is it something they're going to just kind of go, by ear throughout the season and see how his body's reacting?
Mike Scioscia has been very open about the fact that he wants this all to be a very fluid process, be able to make adjustments, tinker, and do different things throughout the season. That being said, the plan as of right now is for Ohtani to not hit the day before or the day after he pitches. So we'll probably see Ohtani hit on Friday. He won't hit on Saturday. He'll pitch on Sunday, and that also means he probably won't hit on Monday. So that's kind of the plan for Ohtani as of right now. That could all change. We saw him, I believe, in spring training. There was a day where he hit the day before he pitched. I cannot imagine a scenario where he hits the day after he pitches. The Angels really value that recovery day. But who knows? I mean, the Angels don't beat Corey Kluber and the Indians yesterday if not for Ohtani's 2-run home run. Kluber had a no-hitter going until Simmons bunt single in the 5th inning. So without that Ohtani homer, there's no way the Angels win that game.
Yeah, they certainly need his stick in the lineup. And right now he's hitting towards the bottom of the order. Do you think that's going to change, Trent?
Yeah, I do. For right now, until he proves himself and is more than just a 2-game little hot streak here, then I think we can start to see him moving up in the lineup. Guys, let's not forget the talk about Ohtani in Japan last year was he had the kind of ability to be a middle-of-the-order kind of bat. I'm not sure that he is there yet. I think right now having him in a heat spot is probably where he should be. I'm sure that the more he hits, the more he'll creep up the order. And potentially, I mean, who knows if he could ultimately end up in that 5 spot when it's all said and done to the Angels, which would really be something considering how strong this lineup is.
Well, Trent, a couple of surprises so far. Andrelton Simmons, how good has he been? And then Zach Cozart, he's been Mr. Clutch as of late.
Zach Cozart's awesome, and he hits the walk-off home run yesterday. And, you know, he is somebody, you want to talk about coming up clutch. How about the fact that he's a shortstop with the Reds, right? An all-star caliber shortstop. Comes to the Angels to play third base, even though originally it was to play second base. Well, then Ian Kinsler gets hurt before the start of the season. He's placed on the DL before the third game of the year. So now, at least for 10 games, we're going to see Zach Cozart play second base after he'd spent all the offseason, all spring training for third. And keep this in mind. Never in his life had he played a position other than shortstop before this spring training. It had only been as a shortstop. He then trades to play third base and now shifts over to play second base and is doing a great job. To me, that's his real value right there, is that defensive versatility, and he's a great glove, too.
Well, Trent, you know we always appreciate the time, whether it's Angels or Big West Conference basketball brothers. Great hearing from you. Let's do this again real soon because I feel like we're going to be talking about the Angels a lot this season on the Inland Sports Show.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. We got to get you guys out to the Big A one of these times, all right? Let's get you out there.
Hey, I'm not only going to show up to the Big A, but I'm going to call your post game one day. I'm going to be a character.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because
not Jeff Gorham, but you're going to be a character?
I'm going to be a character because, you know, I text you during these games because I watch all these Angel games. I get so excited. I'm like, light up the halo, baby. It's like the fourth inning, and I'm all excited. But, yeah, I'll tell you, what is it like doing these post-game shows when sometimes you got some crazy callers?
Oh, it's a blast. You guys know how it is, right? It's fun, and the fans are great. They're so passionate, and we have such good fans. And sometimes the comments are a little bit out there, and I think people have very high expectations, and people have very short attention spans and want results immediately. And patience needs to be it needs to truly be a virtue, and that sometimes can be lost in any fan base. But our fans are awesome. I love the chance to interact with everybody. That's what makes it fun for me. I'm a fan, too. I want to see this team do well. I just am a fan in a different way in the fact that I cover the team every day and do it for the team-owned radio station. But it's a lot of fun on AM 830 after home games. Angels recap, it's a blast. I love it. And hey, I look forward to you calling in and being a character. What would be different than any normal time?
Oh, exactly. But I will say this. You are the best at verbal judo I've seen in a long time.
Hey, sometimes it's tough, man. I get thrown some wrenches every once in a while.
Oh, it's fun to listen to. I tell you what, I love it.
So get ready. So if you get some wacky character calling the show, it might be Jeff.
Well, now I'm on alert. I'm going to have the board ops really screening hard back there and making sure it's all taken care of. However, I'm going to make sure they memorize your voice so we can get you through no matter what. All right? No matter what name you say you are.
Awesome.
Trent, you're the best, brother.
Thanks, boys.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Trent.
All right, that's Trent Rush, AM 830, Angels broadcaster. Nobody's up close and personal with the Angels like Trent. He's like right out there on the field interviewing the guys right after the game, including Shohei Ohtani. Nobody.
I wanted to ask him something. He went around the stadium last week, and he was able to taste every restaurant, every bit of food, every drink.
Tough gig.
I wanted to ask him about it because, you know, I'm a connoisseur of food.
Oh, I know.
I love the food. And he was eating all kinds of weird things, and I was like, wow. I want to ask him about that, but I am going to call his show. I might be one of those guys.
Are you going to be rich, Jeff?
I'll be Trent Rush. Good to talk to you, buddy. What are you doing? I'm hanging out on my yacht.
When you do it, though, will you alert me so I can tune in and hear you call in?
Yeah, we almost. Is there a way to tape it? Would be the great one. We could
figure somehow.
We could pirate the radio station. But I do listen to him. It's part of my gig because I've got it on my.
Because you're you are an Angels fan, right? Since you were little, right?
I'm telling you, Don Baylor's my all-time favorite player. God rest his soul. Loved
Wally Joyner.
Wally Joyner was okay, but you know I was more like Bobby Grich, Doug DeCinces, Frank Tanana, Nolan Ryan. But yeah, nobody was better than Don Baylor to me when I was a kid. I loved Don Baylor.
He could hit home runs.
Oh, he's out there in the left field. I'd be yelling, Don Baylor, you're my hero. And he'd look at me and go, shut up, kid. I'm trying to play some ball here.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, the very latest on the 4th annual Inland Sports All-Star Classic. El Clásico is this Saturday night at RCC. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Maybe we should talk about this when you're...
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
How you guys doing? Ray Bass here. We're here at Corona High with the Corona High football program with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's boost training tip, it's all about top end speed. We're talking about the ankling drill. Come check it out. This particular drill is great at teaching us to get our feet off the ground as quickly as possible. All right, so what we're gonna do is Gavin's gonna start with his feet underneath his hips. His toes are gonna be pointing forward. And the goal here is to get as many hits against the ground as possible. He's gonna do a fast high knee. He's gonna have his toes pointed up, get as many hits as he can in a short amount of time. Here we go. So we're gonna go about 5 yards here. Here we go, ready, set, go. Fast down, toes up, toes up, toes up, toes up, toes up. Now typically when we get over the opposite knee, I like to say fast down just so we don't get robotic with it, but there you have it right there, the ankling drill. Great for top end speed.
going to be the first pirate. But I don't want to be a pirate.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, every single day of your life, 3 to 6 p.m. right here. Jeff Gorham, Greg Hollow, I'm Pep Fernandez, doing it. You rocking out, Jeff?
This is my music.
Hey, you're wearing the Jordan brand.
I am wearing the Jordan brand.
Is the Cal Bears, are they Jordan brand?
Not this year. They changed over, I think, to Under Armour.
They did?
Yeah, they were Jordan brand for, I think, for 4 years, and then I think it was them, Michigan. There were a couple other schools that were Jordan brand. Michigan's still a big Jordan brand. In fact, their practice facility was all Jordan.
Was it really?
It was pretty
jump
cool.
Man all over the place.
It was the nicest practice facility of any school anywhere in the world. It was that phenomenal. I could have lived there.
You could have. You almost didn't come back.
No, I didn't want to. But except I was so close to Detroit, and I'm like, ugh. Ann Arbor was kind of cool. It kind of had a good college feel to it, but now Detroit. Have you ever been to Detroit?
No.
Oh,
no,
Detroit's
I haven't been to Michigan.
Michigan's kind of cool, but Detroit. There's like Owasso's pretty cool. Owasso, Michigan. You have Grosse Pointe is a pretty nice area. Hoity-toity, rich guy
That's why
area.
you like it,
Oh
right?
yeah, Grosse Pointe is no joke. Very nice, but Detroit. I'm sorry if you're listening and you're from Detroit.
Tim Hatch.
Kind of a crap hole. Sorry, yeah.
Kind of. Was that like sugarcoating it? Like,
yeah,
there's kind of, not really. I mean, I'm not all in, but kind of is.
There's two places in America I would never live. Detroit.
Don't say Colton.
No, I love Colton.
Okay, that's Hub City.
Yeah, Hub City, baby.
The Hive.
Yeah.
What's the other place then?
Buffalo.
Detroit and Buffalo?
Detroit and Buffalo.
Buffalo seems like a good all-American city.
Nah, Detroit. If you could
a lot
say
of snow, but
if you could say crap hole, this is.
You said kind of.
Kind of.
You didn't go all in. You didn't fully commit to it. You said kind of.
I was just trying to be nice, but yeah, I'm committing to both and calling them both just horrible places, and I don't think just depressing, if that makes sense. Yeah. I hope Detroit though gets a little better because the infrastructure. A lot of stuff is getting built. A lot of more,
jobs.
The jobs are coming back in Detroit. So maybe I'd like it a little better. But the last time I went, I was with Tim Hatch, and it was really dreary. Maybe it's because I was with Tim Hatch.
Yeah, maybe Tim Hatch took you to all the seedy spots.
Oh, he did take me to the seedy spots. His house was a seedy spot.
His house was a seedy spot.
Yeah, he lived above like a bar. And he lived there his entire life, his family, his mom and dad. It was a nice apartment, but it was above a bar.
Is Tim Hatch a local basketball legend? Is he from the inner city? Like, is he from the city of Detroit or on the outskirts?
Oh, no. He's from
inside the city.
Yeah, I remember, literally, if you walked out of you had to, walk down this little stairway to get to the street, and it was by a bar. And I remember people asking us if we wanted crack. And I'm not kidding around. And he's not going to sugarcoat it and say no. He's up in Reno right now hanging out with his brother. But I will say it was the most surreal place ever. I've never had anybody ask me. Outside of Amsterdam, when I lived in Amsterdam, I had people ask me all kinds of weird stuff every day. I would, hey, you want this drug? Hey, cocaine. And I'm like, no, I like beer.
Yo, Jeff, did you have your windows locked?
Yeah, always.
Doors locked, windows locked.
But it was it was a surreal place living there, but Detroit was the worst. Sorry, Detroit.
Well, good thing that the 4th annual Inland Sports All-Star Classic's in Riverside. We love the Riv.
Beautiful.
Hashtag the Riv raised me.
The Riv.
So we got the big games coming up Saturday night. Everybody's talking about it. We're excited as well. This Saturday night, RCC. The girls' all-star game's at 5 o'clock. The boys' all-star basketball game is at 7 o'clock, right after the girls. We're going to have a 3-point contest. We're going to have a slam dunk competition. And, Jeff, we had the all-star practice last night at RCC.
We did.
It was awesome, right? Everything went well. Everyone was excited to go out there and showcase one more time for the local basketball fans in the IE.
Yeah, there's a lot of Division I girls players that are playing in the game. We had 23 of 24 of the girls showed up. There'll be 24 tomorrow, on Saturday. And the guys' team is loaded. A lot of high flyers, a lot of good dunks. It's going to be a fun game. I imagine they're probably going to score in the hundreds.
I think the first one we did, was it the
We've
first
had a
or
couple
second?
game winners.
Devin Fleming from Valley View, who's now at USC, hit the game winner, and I think that one was like in the 120s, like 126,
yes,
124 or something like that. Like, it was really high scoring. You don't want to play defense. You don't want to get hurt. You just want to, put some buckets in.
It's an exhibition game. It's televised. But I tell you, there's a lot of very, very good athletes. A lot of guys, Tobin Kuhn, the great shooter from Riverside Poly, was there yesterday lighting it up, but he's not in the three-point championship.
Who's in the finals of the three-point contest? Because they did the preliminary rounds, right, at the practice, and now 2 advance to the championship during the game, during halftime of the All-Star game. Who's it going to be? It's going to be a kid from Santa Rosa Academy, right? One of your former players?
Yeah, one of my former players.
Is that fair to say? One of your former players?
Yeah, one of my former players. It's Andrew Snyder. See, I could teach guys how to shoot. He hit 8 out of 10 in the prelims. And then here was another one that I was happy with. Francis Dogani from Heritage. So both guys in my backyard. In fact, the guy lives on my street. I told you.
You told me. Tell the story.
So I'm talking. I say, I'm Jeff Gorham. I used to coach basketball. I'm from Fox Sports 1350. Yada yada. My partner's Pep Fernandez. Yada yada yada. And then I said, yeah, I had all the players. I introduced them all, and he said, I go, yeah, Heritage guy. And he goes, hey, Coach, good to see you. And I went, hey, good to see you. And he goes, you know, I live on your street, right?
I see you all the time.
Yeah, and I go, oh, you see me get out of my car? I'm like thinking, I wonder if he sees me go out in my boxer shorts and throw things away in the trash.
Yeah, he probably does.
But no, I know exactly where he lives. He lives at the very end of my street, where the street tees. And so now, he's going to be in the championship. 2 of my guys.
2 of your guys.
Yeah, Andrew Schneider of Santa Rosa Academy and Francis Dogani of Heritage.
Who would have thought one of your former players would be in the finals of the three-point contest at the Inland Sports All-Star Classic?
Yeah, who would have thunk it? He was really mad at me, though. He saw me yesterday. He was mad.
Uh-oh.
He was like, hey, Coach, we made it to the second round.
Yeah, Coach.
We were up 14-0 in the second round of the playoffs. And then we lost. And the only thing I could think of afterwards was, you didn't coach us. And I'm like, you had a great coach. You had Gabe Flores. You had a guy that was a great guy. I coached him when he was in high school. And he was coach of the year.
Because he was just assuming that Santa Rosa Academy would be better with you as the coach.
He was assuming.
He was assuming they'd be better.
But I'm telling you, they couldn't have done any better with Gabe Flores, coach of the year in that conference. They're talking Rancho Christians in that conference. They made it to the second round, almost the third round of the playoffs. Gabe Flores, a very good high school coach. I hope that he gets a job at one of these bigger schools and can show his chops, his coaching chops, because he's part of the Gorham coaching tree.
He is part of that tree. Big tree, lots of arms.
Yeah, lots of arms.
So the Inland Sports All-Star Classic, the 4th annual, is this Saturday night at RCC. The girls' All-Star basketball game's at 5. The boys' All-Star basketball game is right after at 7 p.m. So back-to-back All-Star hoops. We'd love to pack RCC. See a huge crowd out there to send out these IE basketball stars. If you can't make it out there, it'll be live on Teen Vision TV 16. We're also probably going to put it on our YouTube channel, on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. So we're going to try to put it in different places for you to find it. Maybe even put it on Twitter. We might put it on Twitter as well.
Yeah, tickets are $10, 5 and under is free. That's what I was told to say.
All right, so there you got all the details. You know what's the funniest thing of the whole thing? Because we got there's T-shirts.
T-shirts. You can buy T-shirts. I think for $10.
The logo's awesome.
Incredible. Really, they did a great job.
Really sharp this year. We got to the practice last night, and Mark Gard, who's the head coach of one of the teams from Supa Dupa Harupa Valley,
the stash, was
denying he has a tramp stamp, if I can say that, of a son.
Yeah.
He was trying to deny it. I think he's bashful about it. It's okay, Mark. Just embrace it. It's too late now. You've got one. There's no reason to deny it. Don't feel embarrassed. It's okay.
No, just embrace it and embrace that parrot that's like drooping on your arm. I love you, Mark Gard. I do. He's listening right now, of course.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
So
this tramp stamp.
When we come back on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to talk about some news and notes from the UC Riverside Coaches Show last night at Lake Alice.
How was that?
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, good.
A lot of laughs, a lot of smiling. It was a great time. We're going to talk about that. More on the Dodgers and Halos and your Masters update from Augusta. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
gradsoflife.org. Your home for sports in the Inland Empire is Fox Sports IE 1350. 1350. KUBE AM Riverside.
Doesn't it look like I am ready? I am always ready. I have been ready since first call. I am ready. Roll.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Ken Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. That's Catalano Motors off Temescal Canyon Road. You know, Jeff, now that we're big time here in the Inland Empire, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. right here on Fox Sports IE. You know, they bring in the catering here for the Inland Sports Show sometimes. Sometimes they just bring in all this food.
Yeah.
Like catering services to feed us. And
like a craft
treat us like
food
like,
services.
Like big, yes, exactly.
I didn't eat it today.
I'm eating fried chicken over here. I'm like really surprised how good it is.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Trust me, I want a piece.
Why are you not eating any?
Because I'm trying to eat a little healthier. I already had my fill earlier. I had a chicken pot pie.
So we have salad, Jeff, right now.
There's no salad in there. It's just all, oily meat that looks delicious, delectable,
really
and delightful. Good. It's great looking, but man, I'll tell you what, it even has like that crunch to it. Mm-hmm. Southern fried chicken.
We're predominantly gluten-free in the Fernandez house, so I don't get a lot of this stuff. So when I took that
gluten in that?
Oh, in the
bread?
batter, the crunchiness as you put it on the outside. It's a real crunchy show today.
I love the crunchiness.
Oh yeah, we couldn't eat this. So when I took my first bite, sunk my teeth into it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is contraband in the Fernandez house. I would get kicked out if I brought this in.
He's gonna go home and kiss his wife, and she's not gonna like it.
She's gonna be like, what is that? I taste something.
No, you know what's gonna happen is he's gonna kiss her, and all of a sudden she's gonna go, I'm allergic to
I'm not
gluten.
feeling too well.
I feel
Her
really
lips are gonna
sick.
turn really big.
She's gonna hug you.
Way to go, Pep. Way to go.
She's gonna go into anaphylactic shot.
No, I was
eating
chocolate on Easter, like real chocolate, because we have fake chocolate in our house.
Wait. What do you mean fake chocolate? There can't be gluten in chocolate.
No, because they try to go dairy-free as well. So it's like dairy-free chocolate.
What
so
do
they
you
use
mean? But why
like
are you
almond milk, coconut milk.
Why are you dairy-free?
Because the same thing.
They're allergic to dairy products?
Yes.
How can you be allergic to milk?
Yeah, it's not it's technically not milk or chocolate. It's a protein that you find in milk. It's crazy.
What?
I wouldn't believe it unless they got tested.
So
I thought this gluten-free diet stuff was nonsense.
Is the chocolate just terrible that you eat?
No, it's actually really good.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's really good. I like gluten-free pasta. The bread I can't come around on. I've tried. I don't like the gluten-free bread, but the gluten-free pasta is really good, and I enjoy it. And the dairy-free, we get like ice cream that's almond milk or coconut milk. It's good. You guys laughing at me. It's good.
That's not ice cream.
No, it's really good.
I thought you worked at Baskin Robbins.
No, but I was eating. I did. And I worked on a dairy with real milk.
So, wait, Jeff, so how many days can you spend at Pep's house about an hour.
You would shrivel up, Jeff. You want to lose weight? Come to our house. It'll happen. Without even trying, it'll happen. But no, I was eating chocolate on Easter.
Yeah?
And I kissed my wife, and I said, you better watch out. I was just eating some real, Twix, real Kit Kats.
But you have a sweet tooth. I don't know. Does your wife know that you always have candy?
On my birthday, you know what she got me?
Oh, a giant
bag of candy. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm trying to lose weight over here. And she's like, I don't know what to get you.
Because we're on the road, Greg, I'm going to tell you, when we go on the road and stuff, he'll pull something out of his bag.
He's lying.
He's got his backpack and he'll go, we're setting up for the show I'm setting. Because my thing is when we go to these games.
What's your thing?
Do I not? I set up everything, don't I?
No, he does. He sets up the equipment.
I set up the equipment because I want to know what the heck's going on in case there's issues because Pep's not always around and I got to know this stuff. So, I'm setting up everything, and all of a sudden I hear, and I go, what is that? It's just a king size.
Maybe you want, I might a king size.
A king size Kit Kat. It's like as big as, it looks like it's like an 8x12 sheet of paper.
It's like the Ten Commandments, like a big slab.
And he's breaking it up, and
it looks like a 10x4, right?
Yes, it's giant.
Oh, no.
He always has chocolate. He's got candy all the time. And I've noticed that it's always the play-by-play guys. There's always food. If you walk down press row in any of these big games, there's always big, giant, vats of candy. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
What is that? I'm new to the game.
You get hungry during the game, man.
I don't get hungry.
They got that.
I get sleepy. They do. They got the Snickers.
What I would do is we'd go through the airport or wherever, a gas station, and I'd buy a couple candy bars. I'd just throw them in my bag.
Yeah.
And then here I am getting ready to call the game of my life, and I'm like, I need just a little pick-me-up right before we get on the air. Snickers, Kit Kat, Twix. I'm not picky. Milky Way, I don't care.
Yeah. You're just strange.
They weren't king size.
Yeah, they were giant. They were giant. And he always has candy. He loves candy.
No, I think, okay, so the one...
You do. You love candy almost more than anybody I know. There's no one I know. And I like Spree. I like the chewy Spree, those kind of things.
Yeah. No, I like
Runts.
chocolate.
You like chocolate. You have the sweet tooth more than anyone I know.
I will always bypass the Skittles and the Starburst and all those. I'll go straight to the chocolate candy bars. In fact, remember we were in the airport. I tried to offer a Kit Kat to you and Coach Justin Bell. You both said no. I had to eat the whole thing myself.
Dude,
what else was I supposed to do?
You had like 6 of them in your
bag.
I have never seen anyone like
they were
going to
melt in my bag.
Yeah, whatever.
They were going to melt. I had to eat them.
Is your book bag in here right now? Your book bag's back
somewhere,
there.
yeah.
Do you have okay, yes or no, is there a chocolate bar in your book bag right now?
No.
There's not?
I'll let you go through my bag in the break.
Okay, because there's always a chocolate bar in your backpack.
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
Once in a while.
Well, there always is. Every time we've known each other like almost 5 years, Pep.
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, Jeff used to harass me to do stories on him.
I did.
Hey, we got a big game tonight. You going to come out there?
and I would mess with him. You have to admit, though, the stories were pretty good. Pretty good. I used to have like coaches sit on my benches from other teams.
I just remember there's a picture of you like yelling, going, remember, like with your mouth open and you're pointing your fingers like, ah.
Yeah, that was fun. I used to love inviting old Pep out there. Now, we're partners.
Man.
We're connected.
We might even be family members.
We are life partners, simpatico. We are buddies.
Have adopted a son.
We've got a son together. Kellen, and we had like those little like goofballs. They're like nephews. We have nephews too.
Yeah.
We had a couple nice nieces though that were like interns.
Yeah.
Aaron was pretty good.
Aaron.
What was the other young lady from Temecula area?
Oh man, you put me on the spot.
See, you're forgetting too. She's probably listening.
Kaylee.
That's
no, I don't know if I don't think it's Kaylee.
It wasn't Kaylee either.
So.
We had a lot of interns. Oh, Kaylee.
Oh, she was great.
Yeah, wonderful.
She's not listening.
Okay, chocolate. Whatever, Willy Wonka.
Hey, real quick, UC Riverside Coaches Show last night. Big thanks to Lake Alice and Riverside TV doing the show live. Jeff was at the All-Star practice, so I had to hold it down all by my lonesome. A lot of talking.
God, how was that? I bet it was fun.
Oh, we talked golf. We had tennis. UCR women's tennis was coming off a big victory against Westmont College, 5-2. So they had just finished up their match on senior day, and then they ran over to Lake Alice to do the coaches show on Riverside TV. No, they cleaned up a little bit for me. Yeah, so they got all nice and cleaned up. Big win there. Shout out to Tamila Vaxman and Natalie Pinner, who joined us on the show last night. We also talked men's tennis. And, the Big West Conference tournament for the men and the women at Indian Wells.
Ooh.
So that's big time tennis. And they're going to have the conference tournament out there.
Oh, yeah, that's a great place. I've been to a couple. I've played there. Remember I told you?
You did.
Yeah, I did. Remember I told you?
Before or after Coach K was in
No, this was like recently. Remember I played my men's league? Remember we discussed it with Yancey?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I did play. I played at Indian Wells. I played on the main court.
That's right.
Yeah, and there was like 4 people in the bleachers, but
like
it held,
a huge,
yeah,
it holds like an arena,
it
right?
holds like 10,000.
Yeah,
and I played in front of like the guys on my team. It was great though. It was fun.
Silence.
Yeah, it was silence
out there.
at Indian Wells. But what a great place.
And we talked golf. We talked men's golf with your guy Rick Todd and Brandon Sugimoto. You know what's funny is I was going through all their tournaments, and I'm like, ooh, you guys played Wyoming? That sounds like it'd be chilly. He's like, yeah, Wyoming holds their tournaments in Palm Desert.
Whoa!
I'm like, what?
That doesn't make sense.
So they played like Grand Canyon, which is obviously in Arizona. They played University of San Diego, which is in San Diego. And I saw Wyoming on the schedule. I was like, how's that Wyoming tournament? He's like, it was great. It was in Palm Desert. The weather was perfect.
Hey,
I'm like, what's Wyoming doing holding tournaments out in Palm Desert?
Rick Todd, Mr. Personality, he is.
That's your guy. And Brandon Tsuchimoto was on the show as well. But the guy who always has a good time, they call him the Kid. Tennis player Kyle McCann. And he always says it's McCann versus the world. He feels like everyone's out to get him. And he's fighting people off left and right, trying to get tennis victories. So
he is?
Oh, yeah, he is. They call him the Kid.
The Kid.
So here's the Kid, Kyle McCann. UC Riverside tennis star, also has a little bit of a temper.
I like to make things a little difficult. It's for the fans, right? You're giving them a show, some drama going into the third and final set, right? So,
yeah, it's always a show to watch me play. If I'm not talking to myself, I'm chewing my coach's ear off about something that I'm not happy about, and I don't know, it's something I got to work on.
Listen, you're both young guys, but do you know John McEnroe, right?
Yes, sir.
Any comparisons between a young Kyle McCann, the Kid, and John McEnroe?
I've definitely got his temper. I don't know if I have his talents.
I see it.
All right, the Kid, Kyle McCann, last night, UCR Tennis, the UC Riverside Coaches Show, live from Lake Alice and on Riverside TV.
Hey, UCR softball and baseball are really starting to play well, aren't they?
Yes, we need to get out to some games.
I'm telling you.
Like real soon. In fact, Ghazal Hassan, the voice of UCR Baseball, will be in studio with us tomorrow as the Highlanders are playing Cal State Northridge. Big series coming up.
But I'll tell you what, Connor Cannon, the reigning player of the week, the softball team went up to Davis and took care of business up there. Revenge for the basketball team.
Yeah, so everyone's playing well.
Yeah.
Everyone's playing well. All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. The bald eagle has landed.
What?
And he landed right on a baseball player.
Are you kidding?
There's nothing more American than a bald eagle landing on a baseball player. Like maybe if he had like a hot dog in his mouth or a piece of apple pie. Nothing more American.
Talons.
But it did happen today. We'll talk about the bald eagle at a major league game, the Dodgers, and the Halos when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m.
You know, we focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Breaking news on the show today. I just checked my backpack.
No chocolate.
No, there was not a candy bar. There was a granola bar.
With chocolate?
With chocolate chunks. So, I don't know. Somewhere the truth is in between there, right? So, you weren't wrong, but I wasn't wrong either. So there's that. Me and my chocolate addiction, I guess you'd call it.
Hey, we're getting some love on Twitter from the LA Court Report. Big time thing there.
What are they saying?
They posted our rosters.
Oh,
the
excellent.
All-Star game.
Well, it's big time. Everyone's
big
talking
time.
about it.
Everybody's the biggest game
if I don't
in the
see,
world.
When I go home and I turn on FS1, Fox Sports 1, if I don't see the rosters on there tonight,
there's going to be hell to pay.
I'm going to demand an answer. So there's nothing more American, right, than a bald eagle?
Well,
apple pie, bald eagle, baseball,
hot dogs.
A hot dog.
I love hot dogs. I'm going to have a hot dog tonight at my movie.
So the Minnesota Twins had their opening day today at home, the home opener.
The Twins in the Twin Cities.
The Twins, St. Paul and Minneapolis. Well, what they did was they brought a bald eagle out.
What do you mean?
To celebrate
real one?
opening day. I mean, it's baseball.
A real bald eagle.
A real live bald eagle flying around with wings and feathers.
Whoa, with people there, and you have a predatory bird?
Talons.
Talons.
Like really sharp talons.
And a big beak that can rip shreds into things.
So they had the bald eagle out there because, again, fireworks, bald eagles, hot dogs, baseball. Perfect. It doesn't, red, white, and blue. It doesn't get more than that. No. So they had him out there, but the thing is, the bald eagle got away. He landed on the pitcher for the Seattle Mariners, the visiting team of the Minnesota Twins game today.
So you're telling me a large predatory bird landed on a pro pitcher,
But he landed. He did not attack. He landed on his shoulder like he belonged there, like he knew what he was doing.
Now, Pep, would that be your worst nightmare? Like later on tonight, are you going to dream of that picture and the eagle just comes with?
Yeah, that would. I'll have to be honest. That would be pretty scary.
God, that would be the worst. That would, honest to goodness, I think that would. If a big bird like that landed on me, and have you ever seen a bald eagle in real? Have you ever been to the zoo and seen a bald eagle?
Yeah, I have.
They're enormous and they're scary.
There ain't no parakeet.
No, it's no finch. It is no baby little finch.
Pretty little bird.
Pretty little bird. Let me just rip your head off.
Yeah, but the pitcher for the Seattle Mariners handled it like a champ.
He did?
He just stood there. Bald eagle landed on his shoulder, kind of on his shoulder blade. Could have stood there for a second. He jumped off, and then the handler came out and got the eagle.
What could he really do? I mean, if he ran, then the eagle would have probably attacked.
It could have lifted
him. Can you imagine if he ran and the eagle went in attack mode, like, whoa, predator, like.
I wonder if an eagle could kill a man.
I bet he can.
You think an eagle could gouge his eyeballs out?
Yeah, I'll say go for the eyeballs.
He could get his finger cut off on his pitching hand.
Yeah.
He really took it. He didn't even move, huh?
Didn't move like a statue.
Yeah.
Just stood there.
I'd have punched it.
Oh, man, I would have hit the deck so hard.
Yeah, Peter
dropped
would have
straight to my stomach and just like covered my head.
Yeah, that's
what I would have done.
Your biggest fear.
You would have given the eagle a black eye.
I'd have punched it square in his nose.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
you would have ran.
Hey, if it's between me and the eagle, I'm punching. I'm swinging at anything that could hurt me or harm me. My children, if they get me in the middle of the night, you better not wake me. I'll punch you.
You'll come out swinging?
Swinging on my little ones. Yeah. Like, Dad, it's just me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I thought you were a bald eagle.
Wow,
I'm sorry.
That's crazy. And there's video of this?
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You can go out there and find it. It's all over social media. But the guy, again, credit to the pitcher for the Mariners, Paxton, just stood there. And it happened real quick. The bald eagle flew in, landed on this guy's shoulder. He hopped off. The handler for the eagle came in, scooped him up. Everything was fine. But it was pretty cool to see a live bald eagle at the Twins home opener. And then the guy for the Seattle Mariners just hung in there. It was all good.
Nutso.
The Dodgers, day off. They're going to play on the road at San Francisco beginning tomorrow. And, man, they need some hits. They need some home runs, hits and homers. They just need to score some runs. The run support is just lacking. They got swept by Arizona. I mean, they just simply cannot get things going at the plate. So hopefully the remedy will be a road trip to San Francisco to kind of get things back on the right track. If you remember last year, Jeff, they started out a little bit slow as well last year. I think about through the first 40 games, they're like 20-20.
Not this slow.
Yeah, for the first 38 games, like 20-18. I mean, they were right around the 500 mark. Kind of slow. So don't panic yet. I know Dodger fans all over Colton are running around screaming.
There's next year. Like I said,
gnashing of teeth. It's been bad.
But hey, that guy struck out 12 last night versus the Dodgers. Corbin struck out 12.
Yeah, one hitter.
They swept him.
Yeah. Matt Kemp had a double, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And that was it. So the Dodgers could not get anything going against Arizona. They're 2-5 on the season. Meanwhile, Arizona is 5-1. Guess who I picked to make the playoffs, Jeff? Remember we did our Major League Baseball preview?
I do remember.
Diamondbacks.
You also picked the Doyers, too.
Yeah, I did. I picked both of those.
I picked the Dodgers and the Yankees in the World Series. I went all...
It could still happen. Again, it's early, man.
No, it's over. It's over.
Jump to conclusions, Jeff.
It is over. Unless they get Justin Turner back.
They will get him back.
Yeah, it's too late.
Hopefully just in the nick of time.
Just look forward to next year.
But if you're Dave Roberts, you're probably thinking right now, what am I going to do to jumpstart this offense? What am I going to do to maybe tinker with the lineup a little bit, give them their best chance to win in San Francisco.
Fire Dave Roberts.
Austin Barnes hitting second.
Oh,
that's what I'm going to say.
How about firing Dave Roberts?
Dude, come on. That's Gary Adcock's boy. Can't do that.
Put in Gary Adcock in that spot.
Dude, Gary Adcock, the skipper of the Dodgers. That's the smartest thing you've ever said on that brain scholarship.
Yeah, but if you put him at like a third base coach, they go, who's that little kid out there coaching third base?
It's Gary Adcock.
It's Gary Adcock.
Who's that kid? Is that a bat boy? He's playing third base coach?
Why is there a bat boy out there? He's like 5 feet. 5 feet.
And if you don't know, CBU head coach Gary Adcock played at UCLA with the great Dave Roberts.
One of the best baseball players in this area of all time. I love Gary Adcock. I like to poke fun at him, but I have much respect for that young gentleman. He's
good dude.
Good dude.
Super good dude.
Good bald guy.
And the Halos also with the day off. They're back home tomorrow to open up a series at the Big A against the A's. And Shohei Ohtani, as we heard from Trent Rush,
showtime!
It's going to start on Sunday. And the way they're going to kind of manage his playing days is the day before and after his start, he will not DH. So we should see him DH tomorrow against the A's and then shut it down Saturday, start on Sunday on the mound, and then not play again on Monday. So that's the way they're handling it right now. But again, very fluid with the Halos to see how Shohei Ohtani is going to respond, how his body's going to respond with all this work.
Yeah, showtime. He's going to have Ted Williams numbers this year. He's going to hover right around 400.
Can you imagine?
And then his Ted Williams.
Can you imagine?
Oh, if he
don't say Ted Williams frozen head.
His frozen head.
You just said Ted Williams frozen head.
I did. I'm sorry. I could you not? It's like Walt Disney. He has a frozen head too.
He does?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Are they together?
Yeah, they're together. They look at each other with those frozen eyeballs. They stare at each other.
Picture like the haunted mansion at Disneyland. Those eyeballs follow you. Is that what they kind of do when you're walking into a room?
Ted Williams in his frozen head is rolling in his freezer.
In his
in his cryo tube. But wow, what if he hit 400 and then went like 19-2?
Can you imagine?
Wow, he'd be the greatest.
You'd
of all time.
reinvent the game of baseball.
Man, everybody would be pitching and hitting. Everyone. Lots of hits and homers.
When we come back, more from Augusta. We'll go down the leaderboard once again, update you on the leader, Tiger Woods, and also our Inland Empire guys at the Masters, and also an update on Kawhi Leonard. I got something for you, Jeff.
You do?
Don't Google search Kawhi Leonard. I got something for you.
Hands off.
Hands off the computer.
All right.
We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd. And I'm here tonight to stand up for the rights of other nerds.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, a tradition unlike any other. Because we're the first to do it every single day, 3 to 6 p.m. right here on Fox Sports IE.
Trailblazers!
Pioneers. I picture Jeff in like a coonskin cap and these leathers, maybe a musket on his shoulder.
Like Davy Crockett.
Like going into the Louisiana Purchase territory for the first time and exploring. That's what I picture when I think of this show.
Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
That's what I picture. Okay, so the Masters, which is a tradition unlike any other, just like this show. An update. Jordan Spieth has ran out to the top of the leaderboard right now at 6 under par. Pretty good. He was the favorite.
He was the favorite. Do you have any other people on that list?
Oh, I've got some people on this list. Ricky Fowler, the pride of Marietta Valley.
He's a flat hat with a hot girlfriend.
Yeah, he looks like it's like motocross meets golf, right?
Yeah.
2 under par, pretty good. Four strokes back of Spieth. Your boy Tiger Woods. +1. He's 1 over. Not
he's
bad,
fine.
right?
He's fine.
And our guy Brendan Steele, the pride of Hemet High School and UC Riverside. He's at 4 over. Hopefully, a bounce back Friday for Brendan Steele. So tomorrow on the show, what do you think we'll be doing? Keeping an eye on the Masters. Tiger Woods.
Did you know at the Masters there is no advertising anywhere?
Nowhere?
Nowhere on the course is there any advertising.
So we better take down our Inland Sports logo?
Yes.
Or shouldn't have done that?
You shouldn't have. Do you know how much Coca-Colas are at the Masters or a water?
A nickel, because they're old school.
Only $1.
Oh, see, that was close.
Sandwiches, $2.
Really?
Beers. Guess how much you think it would be if you go to a baseball game?
Jeff went straight to the food. See that, Greg?
Guess how much? I looked it up, though.
Oh, you did?
I did. Guess how much a beer is?
$3.
$3. That was a good guess. You could be on The Price is Right. How incredible is that? That's how old school it is. That's how wonderful. I would love to go to this tournament because you're not allowed to bring your cell phone in. Did you know that?
It's like they've captured this moment in time, and they're like, we're not. Remember the movie The Village?
Yes.
It's The Village.
It is The
But
Village.
for golf. And they're like, don't go beyond the boundaries. We're going to keep our own little simple way of life right here at Augusta.
No cell phones. You got to wear a shirt. You got to wear shoes. You got to wear a collared shirt. You got to look decent. I like that. Did you see that Augusta's going to host a women's tournament?
I did see that.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, very progressive.
Very progressive. Times have changed at Augusta.
So, remember we were talking about the cut. Who makes the cut? What's the cut at the Masters? This is from Masters.com. So, this is the official website. So, beginning in 2013, because they've changed the cut rule a little bit over the years. It began in 1957 when they began the cut.
Yes.
Beginning in 2013, like the most recent change to the cut, it says beginning in 2013, the cut would include the low 50. So if you're one of the top 50 on the leaderboard, and any ties within 10 strokes of the leader, you qualify for the final 2 rounds, the final 36 holes.
Yeah.
So it's changed over the years. So they had a rule from 57 to 61, and then from 62 to 2012, it was the low 44, and those within 10 strokes of the leader. So as of 2013, the cut is set at the top 50, so the lowest 50 golfers, and then those tied within 10 strokes of the leader. So tomorrow, as we go into Friday, when you hear people projecting the cut, where's the cut going to be?
Yes.
So we got to look at, if Jordan Spieth is still in the lead, that's kind of where we have to look at. Who's going to be in the top 50 or within 10 strokes of Jordan Spieth, assuming he's in the lead.
Sergio could be in trouble tomorrow.
Brendan Steele, our guy from UC Riverside, could be in trouble because Spieth is at 6 under, Steele's at +4. It's only a couple strokes.
Hey, speaking of The Village, that was a horrible movie.
You didn't like that twist from, what's his name, M. Night Shyamalan?
No, that's when he started going downhill. The first couple were good. Like the Mr. Glass one, the Untouchable or Unbreakable. That was a good one. And The Sixth Sense was good. But other than that, there was another one where Signs, that was... Oh, Signs was okay. Signs was good. But then there was that other one.
I saw Signs at the drive-in, and all I saw was shadows, like either the lighting or whatever.
I have a theory about going to a drive-in. Pep, do you ever go to drive-ins?
You know what
I
drive-ins
did as a
are?
kid. No, as a kid we used to go all the time.
You can only go when there's a
I
new.
know what a drive-in.
Well, I mean, Northern Cal, I don't know.
Come on, man. We got running water. Like we have everything. Electricity. All the luxuries.
Do you know what a flashlight is?
Yeah.
Hey, the only time to ever go to a drive-in movie theater is right after a full moon when it is dark out. You go during a full moon, it's like watching.
The lights are on.
Yeah, it's not fun. You got to go when it's dark.
I think I saw like the Goonies and Conan the Barbarian.
Ooh, Conan was.
It was like a good double feature.
Yeah, Conan was good, real good.
All right, so you want some Kawhi news?
Yeah, give me some. I didn't Google it.
Because we talk Kawhi Leonard all the time.
I
here
did
on the Inland
no
Sports
Googling.
Show.
No Googling.
Okay, so here's the deal.
The deal.
Kawhi Leonard, we talk about the fact that he's super low key. I mean, the lowest of the key, right?
Okay, yes.
Under the radar, doesn't talk to the media, is not in the limelight. We hardly even see this guy anywhere. Did you know he has an official Twitter account?
No.
He does.
Is it real?
The guy who's so antisocial is on social media, but he has not tweeted or retweeted anything since
2009.
July 7th of 2015.
Wow.
So going on 3 years. So here's his couple of tweets. His first tweet ever. This was January 13th of 2015. He and the team at the White House after they won the NBA title. His one after that, because remember we were talking about endorsement deals.
Yes.
Does he have endorsement deals outside of the Jordan brand? Or he had the Jordan brand?
Gloves. He's got big hands. He should be a glove guy.
A couple months later in the year of 2015, they call him the Claw, right?
Yeah.
Big hands. Big hands. He says, you don't have to be a golfer to have fun at Top Golf San Antonio.
Wow.
So I don't know. Maybe that's an endorsement there.
Maybe.
I feel like there's some money involved there, an endorsement. So he had that one, right? He followed that one up with Custom Swag Board KL2, Kawhi Leonard #2 edition, gear coming soon. So it's one of those little like hoverboard things.
That's so silly. Remember those
Sounds like an
things?
endorsement deal, though. Like, why would he be putting these products out there?
Have you ever rode one of those things?
Once, but I almost broke my neck.
I fell.
No, I had friends growing up who were skaters.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, come skate with us. They'd build their own little half pipes and full like in their backyard. No, dude, couldn't do it. I was gonna break my neck. And then he had one more.
Okay.
But this is a retweet.
Okay.
Had a special guest today at the Go Aztecs Jam Center. Thanks for stopping by, Kawhi Leonard. That was from the Go Aztecs fans. Go Aztecs faculty and ops.
Oh, at the jams.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
So also, he's following 6 people.
Who? Britney Spears.
Who do you think?
Metal Lark Lemon.
His 6 followers, or no, I'm sorry, not followers, because he's got hundreds of thousands of followers, but the people that he follows.
Michael J. Fox.
That's a great guess.
Aretha Franklin.
I will say this: there's only one person on this list.
Chuck Mangione.
You want the brands?
Yeah, you just tell me who he follows.
Well, who do you think he follows? He plays for the San Antonio Spurs. Who do you think he follows?
Tim Duncan.
The Spurs.
Oh, he plays. Wait.
Who does he follow? The Spurs. That's one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a Spur. He might follow the Spurs. He follows San Diego State, the show, the Aztecs.
No.
Oh, come on.
He follows the Spurs.
Okay.
He follows Jordan, the Jumpman brand.
He follows no one.
That's who he.
Oh yeah,
that was his shoe deal, right?
He might unfollow him now.
He might, but he hasn't been on Twitter in 3 years, so I don't know.
Okay.
He also has his sports agency, the guys who represent him.
His uncle?
No, you know what? This is probably old. It's probably not his agency
I think
anymore.
it's his uncle,
It's his
isn't
uncle
it?
now. Yeah, I think it is. Wingstop, San Antonio.
Got like wings.
You must like Wingstop.
Yeah.
HEB, which I believe is a grocery chain.
Heb?
Yeah, I don't think it's out here on the West Coast, but I believe in San Antonio. Here, I'm pulling it up right now.
But you know what it is backwards?
Bleh.
Bleh.
So I get the feeling it's some sort
Does
of.
he follow Demi Lovato?
No. Okay, so here's the deal.
Jennifer Lopez?
So those are 5 of his 6 follows. He follows one person, and he's an NBA player.
Got Martin Gortat.
There's one player in the NBA that Kawhi Leonard follows on Twitter. And when I pulled it up, I'm like, why is he following this guy? It's just kind of random. Who do you think, Jeff or Greg, who's the one guy in the NBA?
Travis Ware.
Does he give us one hint? Does he play on his team or no?
No. In fact, I'll give you another hint. He was on the Clippers.
Don McClain.
I know he's still in the NBA. I don't know where he's at right now.
Crawford.
Jamal Crawford.
There you go. Boop. Bingo. Bingo. Yeah, Jamal Crawford.
He's kind of a quiet guy, right?
Yeah, you kind of.
But why is Kawhi Leonard following Jamal Crawford?
I don't know.
I just found it strange.
Hey, anybody
wasn't Tim
who's listening?
Duncan? Wasn't Tony Parker? It wasn't Obi-Wan Ginobili?
Ginobili. Hello, my name is Ginobili. How come nobody? I want everybody who's listening right now to send out a tweet to Kawhi Leonard and tell him to reactivate and
Let's
start
all
tweeting.
tweet him right now.
All tweet Kawhi Leonard.
So when he
Everyone.
jumps on Twitter in another 3 years, he's going to be like, oh, man, what's going on?
He turns on his phone and there's that little number, and it'll be like 9,000.
Ding.
That'd be awesome.
And from the IE.
IE, we want to hear from you, Kawhi. I'm going to interview Kawhi. Ready? Here you go. Hey, Kawhi Leonard, how's it? Are you enjoying being a Spur?
What? Are you talking to me?
No, I was talking to Kawhi Leonard.
Silence.
Hey, Kawhi, do you think that you have a future in San Antonio? Kawhi, do you ever go back to San Diego and hang out with your old boys, Coach Steve Fisher, Dutcher? Hey, thanks, Kawhi. That was a great interview. I can't wait to talk to you again.
Kind of one of those Golden Mike, Emmy Award-winning interviews, right? Like, start piling up the awards.
That was Marconi-esque, buddy. I'm going to get a Marconi for
I was trying to... Man, there's too many followers. I was trying to figure out if Kawhi follows Jamal Crawford, does Jamal Crawford follow Kawhi? But why would you follow him? He hasn't tweeted anything out.
I don't know.
In years.
He's Kawhi. And then he spells his name wrong.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, it's not spelled like the Kauai, like the island of Kauai.
It's like Kahai.
It's Kahai. Yeah, he's a... You know what? I do like Kawhi. He lit me, when I was coaching, he beat my teams pretty bad, but he was always pretty gentlemanly. And when I went to San Diego State, he would always engulf my hand with his hand, and it was like shaking hands with a little baby. It was like shaking hands with Daryl Trujillo. It was. Seriously, it was like me shaking hands with Daryl Trujillo, because I have large hands. Daryl has, smaller hands. And then when Kawhi shook my hand, it was like shaking hands.
You've got like a claw.
So,
yeah.
Could Kawhi noodle?
Yeah, Kawhi.
He's a natural noodler.
He is a natural
he
noodler.
can do like dolphins, right? With those kind of hands?
Yeah, I'm going to see if Kawhi would...
Deep sea noodling.
Dude, that would be a great video. You and Kawhi noodling.
In Tawakoni.
In Texas. He's pretty close to there. How far... Where's that thing?
Tawakoni.
How far is Tawakoni from San Antonio?
A stone's throw.
Oh, it's pretty close.
A stone's throw, yes.
Then maybe we can make that happen.
Yeah, we just go a little west.
All right.
A little west of the Alamo.
We got to wrap this up.
Okay.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll say goodnight.
Good night!
It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Did you guys ever find the yodeling kid? Yeah. The kid in the Walmart yodeling?
No, I don't like yodelers. They scare me.
No, he's famous, Jeff. You're going to fall in love with this kid. He's awesome, man.
I don't fall in love with anyone.
He is so funny. So good. Actually, he's great. He's great at what he does, but he's all over, right, Greg? Like, if you look for him, he's all over the place.
Is he, like, showing up at different spots?
I saw the Phoenix Suns tweeted out a picture of the yodeling kid on the court, basically ensuing that, implying that he was going to be at the game, like doing the anthem or something like that. And the Sacramento Kings responded like, please tell me that's Photoshopped. Is that real? I don't know. He might be famous. The yodeling kid, he's everywhere.
I don't know if I care about the yodeler that much. I like yodeling like anyone else.
He's awesome.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's really good.
But where does he just yodel at
in a Walmart?
That's it. That's the only spot.
I don't know, but now people are imitating him. Like, people are going to Walmarts trying to imitate the yodeler on their own. So
maybe I'll look it up and maybe I'll yodel for you tomorrow.
Dude, that would be something.
I have some yodeling chops.
That would be something. Tomorrow on the show, Daryl Trujillo live from the Symetra Tour. That's the minor leagues for the LPGA. They're out there in Beaumont at Tuckaway Canyon. Daryl Trujillo live.
He's our most active correspondent.
Yes, he's going to be live. And Ghazal Hassan, the voice of UC Riverside Baseball. That's tomorrow on the Inland Sports Show. We're brought to you by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and low prices. We're talking about Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. Ken's Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets and team sales. Ken'sSportingGoods.com. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Check out them on Instagram and Twitter. See all the cool things they're doing out there at Boost Performance Training, from lacrosse to football and everything in between. And finally, Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Buy, trade, finance. No headaches in this car shopping experience at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. A big thanks to Jayden Daniels, Cajon High School quarterback, for joining us, and Trent Rush, Angels broadcaster.
Jayden Daniels going pro!
In Canada.
In Canada! I'm taking it with me.
We'll see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, right here. The one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
And think to yourself, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.